I'll make you famous.
Because I'm a cowboy! Oh, man!
And now, your mama knows.
29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What are you, fucking nuts? You thought...
Subscribe to the most epic channel on YouTube for live streams every week. Daily videos. Subscribe. Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon.
What's going on, guys? It's the Cowboy King of Entertainment. I'm back with another video. And guys, today, it's not much going on. My guy FCat said it's not much gaming news and it's not much news. I think there's supposed to be aliens coming in November, FCat was saying. And yeah, I don't know. But anyway, we'll get into as much as we can. If you're new to the channel, I'm the Cowboy King of Entertainment, aka Anthony L. Lewis in real life. Wow. A day without much news. So it's gonna be all hands on deck. You guys got topics, definitely bring them up. We'll discuss everything. Also, after this show, I will be doing my first impression stream for Prince of Persia. So I know that was Purple Haze 2024 Game of the Year. So I'm looking forward to playing it. So I don't, this stream, I don't need it to go too long today, so I could jump into that as well. But yeah, life is life. I got a video I'll be working on soon, probably today over the weekend. My wife's cousin visited us from Pennsylvania with her two little kids. They're so cute. And so that video will be out soon. I got a bunch of other videos. I just put out a new video today that's been there for the channel members for a little bit of time, but I made it available to everybody. And I got a bunch of videos, already waiting that the channel members are able to see now. So a lot going on. Tomorrow will be We Wrestle Wednesdays. And if you're new to the channel, I do gaming, vlogging, podcast, movie reviews, product reviews. I've been vlogging my life since 2011. Every birthday, Christmas, Valentine's Day is on this channel. Even my honeymoon in Mexico, swimming with sharks. So that's pretty much an overview. If you came here just for one type of content, like maybe you only came here for movie reviews, and you're like, why am I going to watch you swimming with sharks? Well, every single video is a part of its own playlist with the similar type of content. So just go to the playlist and check out whatever you like to check out. But with that being said, let me do a couple of these. I know people are probably like, what is going on? So I had a little bit of technical difficulty. So I'm going to have to reach out to the company that makes this streaming service I'm using. But it was strange. I went live, but it said I wasn't live. And then I went live again, and it said I wasn't live. So then I went live through my phone, and then it actually went live. So for some reason, the computer wasn't activating the stream to be live. So that's a little weird, but stranger things have happened. I just feel bad because some people are probably like, wait, they went to different places to watch this and it wasn't there. So crazy. All right, it's good enough for me. So I'm gonna grab a chair. Hope you guys grab a chair, and we're gonna get into this show. What I probably should do though, is I probably should send this link to all the people that I sent the link to, so they're not like, okay, maybe the show isn't starting. Okay. Let me just throw it on Facebook. I'm not even gonna put like, like what it's about. I'm just gonna simply just post a link. It is what it is. Sucks is on Twitter though. I had tagged everybody. All right. And let me do this. Let me just delete the old videos that's sitting there because it's gonna probably confuse some people. So let me do that real quick. But what's going on, guys? All right, so I'm gonna go to live. This one is live. That's his upcoming. So let's go and delete it. All right, where do you delete it here? I think you delete it when you go to do I delete? Should be a spot that says delete from YouTube. You know what? It might just be next to it. So upcoming. So I end up having 3 of them. That's upcoming. All right. So now I should be able to go to delete. Okay. You would think it would be easier than this. Okay, edit, description, add more reaction, delete forever. There you go. All right, so that should help out. And if you guys come to the channel, you don't see 3 other videos there, and then you go to the wrong one. Anyway, so sorry about that little hiccup. But let's bring in none other than my guy, who when he comes on the show, he has his own intro because he's none other than. All right, bring on F the cat. What's going on, FCAT?
And yeah,
A virus or something.
I don't know what happened.
It was so weird. I did a whole intro and everything, and then I see Dodgeman like, let's go. And I'm like, okay. People are commenting. I'm like, wait, how come I don't see it on YouTube yet? He said, finally. I was like, what is going on? And I did it again, and I made another
Yeah,
stream.
it's working now.
Yeah, I definitely made sure it was working out. I had to launch it from my phone first. So for some reason on the PC, it wouldn't, like, it said you're live, but it just wasn't going live. So strange. Anyway, what's up, FCAT? What's going on, man? How you doing?
Yeah, that's going.
Well, let's talk about some aliens, bro. You want to
You
start
want to get
there?
into that?
Yeah.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah, definitely. Let's bring this stuff to light. I know you've been pretty kind of into it, been mentioning it to me. And so I figure let's get into it. So check this out, guys. Here we go. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, this is crazy. So, Halley, this is the third interstellar object to come into our solar system that is not of our solar system. And the first one was Momma in 2017, which in Hawaii means first out. Kind of strange name to that one. But that one just floated right in front of Earth. So, and there's a Harvard professor out there, and he's speculating that these rocks are maybe disguised as alien spacecraft.
What's your thoughts?
Like he's not saying like oh, run for the hills, aliens are coming kind of thing. He's kind of like saying, oh, like let's put it on the table. Let's not, leave it out kind of thing.
Right.
We never know.
Listen, I think anything's possible, but when they say something's out of our solar systems, aren't all of these asteroids and meteors eventually
No.
from out of our solar system?
No. So they're all rocks within our solar systems that are orbiting around. That like Oumuamua, the second one I think it's called Boris or something like that, and this one 3i Atlas all came in like very strange, unique way into our solar system.
It's interesting. Well, as we discuss this, let me bring in none other than the king of the north, the man up high. That's going to sound crazy when I say the man up high. Not Jesus or God, but the guy who could be found with the White Walkers themselves as he controlled them, because it's none other than my guy, Captain Canada. Rue Diggs is in the building. Let's go. What's up, man?
What's going on, everybody? Just driving in, but want to tune in on the Cowboy Show. I love to be a panelist on this one,
yes,
so have to tune in wherever I am.
Wherever.
At 6 o'clock.
So, Rue Diggs, FCAT said there's not much gaming news. So, how do you feel about that? Do you find that to be the case this week?
I come in here to get most of the gaming news and comment it on. FCAT, why aren't you digging up some news stories? What's going on? Where's TPC? Probably got some more news stories.
It's been pretty dry. I mean, unless you want to talk about Battlefield 6 or something, I don't know.
Battlefield 6, massive, coming in. Are you getting into the demo? It's going to be open,
yes.
way more destructible.
Yes, I had to make sure my PC was on secure boot.
Well, I think it's gonna be open beta. I was talking to 503 Gaming, aka Murder, earlier. We was actually playing Fortnite. I gotta ask you about that, Rude Days. But
I shot
he
you
said,
the link.
open beta is supposed to be coming out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Thursday. But I shot you the link of the video. He kind of goes long into detail, but here and there he'll drop some bombs. But
you know where all the shots are at?
Not really, but like,
okay,
he's just a very descriptive talker.
Let me explain this to everybody. So I'll drop the link for you guys if you believe in this sort of stuff. So this guy, FCat's been kind of into it, but he said that
say he's a Harvard professor. He's a Harvard professor there. He's been analyzing and looking at 3i Atlas. He also looked at a little more, and he's basically the guy saying that it may or may not be a alien spacecraft.
So look,
FCat doesn't want to talk about PS6 leaks. I mean, there's
we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it.
So, it doesn't exist, so it comes out.
So look,
yeah,
real quick,
when has that ever stopped you from talking about something, FCat?
That is kind of crazy when you hear FCat say that. So check it out. This guy, he's a Harvard professor.
You have to unmute it. You can unmute it.
Huh?
You can unmute it.
I want to explain it first to the people what they're going to see. So this is a Harvard professor, and he thinks that this meteor that's coming and it's supposed to land in November, get close to us in November.
So it is trajectory. He goes to explain that it's going to go behind the sun as we're on the other side of the sun. And what he's saying is, if it's a spacecraft, it'll use the sun's gravitational pull to allow it to come toward us.
All right, let me let you guys hear a little snippet of this.
So why would it do that? One possibility, it doesn't want to be observed by our telescopes from Earth when it gets close to the sun. And
pilot technique of going into the sun.
So is this where he explains the sun
before there was stealth and before we had advanced technology in World War II, fighter pilots would always attack with the sun behind them, correct?
That's interesting. No, but here there is a more practical reason. People may be aware of something called Oberth maneuver. What it means is that.
So if you guys want to see the full thing, I put the link right there. I'll check it out myself later on. I don't want to, we're not going to listen to this whole thing unless FCat, if you had no certain.
I pretty much broke it down pretty much. It's not showing signs of a comet, basically, and it's pretty suspicious.
Right. And again, that's from what you've heard, right? I think you have a telescope that's powerful enough to see it and all this good stuff. So pretty much your information and your suspicions is just going off of what you heard from somebody on the internet. But at the end of the day, who knows, right? Oh, wait.
I mean, they're scientists.
Hold up. Ron's still in the building. Put your ones up. Acknowledge them. All right. Okay. And Purple Haze is in the building. She said, let's go. Purple, I can't wait to play your 2024 game of the year. And also here's something too, FCat. You said there wasn't much gaming news, but they had the THQ event. They had that other event, and Purple,
we can get into that. Let me.
I was watching Purple's channel on Thursday, and she said, if tomorrow, which was Friday, the next day, if the THQ thing announces either Reanimals or Darksiders 4, she's going to lose it. And they announced both of the games. So I wish I could have been a fly on the wall seeing her flipping out. But I got trailers for those too.
But at the beginning of this video, he was explaining how 3i Atlas is actually 3 times bigger than the asteroid that destroyed the dinosaurs.
Really?
Harvard
so that's
had
even something else to worry about.
Items.
other than the alien thing, because if that thing comes hurling toward Earth, we could be looking at another ice age.
Well, you can't live forever, so you gotta go out somehow.
And so, just like many other colleges and universities, it was not focused
So the thing is, go further
on what it's supposed to. The climate we have now. It wasn't the case 75
no,
years ago. It
like
was the technology.
the middle, like where the have proof of alien technology. The timestamp.
I don't
You
know.
did the timestamp.
Where's the timestamp? It shows the whole long thing. Does AV have proof of aliens? And then the other little timestamp is more on Interstellar and what.
Yeah, you started the.
Huh?
You posted a link, I guess. Whoever can watch it can watch it, but
intelligence from outer space, it will be artificial.
So, anyways, all right. So I did want to bring something up. Well, Reaver, I'm gonna add this in here. Reaver brought up, and do you guys have any concerns? Because this is making its rounds everywhere. I know FCAT's gonna bring this up as well, but
what?
I'm about to show you.
I'm worried about aliens. I mean, we're not worried about aliens. They're asteroid that can destroy Earth.
I don't think there's much more to talk to. Oh, look who it is. Cappuccino. Wait, did I get it right? Espresso. I think you're muted, Rudig.
Yeah, that's Espresso.
You're not worried about aliens?
I mean, I'm not worried about
it. Because outside the planet Earth, it's space and time. So by the time aliens start to get here, so much time would have passed. So it's like hitting a coin with a moving bullet. Like it's just the chances of it happening are pretty damn rare. You know, it's crazy though. Somebody showed me a video of Stephen Hawking in the early days before he had the computer. And they were just showing some guy listening to Stephen Hawking and translating for him. And it just made me think that whole thing is a conspiracy. Should definitely check that out sometime, bro. I feel like that was a stunt maybe put in front of us.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. Well, what do you guys think about this? Because this is making its rounds, and I wonder
You're gone to popcorn again, Cowboy.
What'd you say?
Mike's messing up.
What's messing up?
Yeah, Mike.
Hold on, let me check and see if it changed my mic again. I think I got the same. I think I got the right mic.
And see, this is why I agree with Cowboy. I don't want this to happen like during gaming, and that's why I stick to console. The console is made to game. That's what it does. There's no fidgeting around. It's not trying to debug or defrag in the background or enter all these processes or spy on me. If it's spying on me, it's doing it secretly and I don't notice.
You know what's crazy? It's PC drives me crazy. One thing, I'm just trying to stream. So you have your PC that
your mic's horrible, Cowboy.
Is what?
It's horrible. Your mic.
All right, let me see what it sounds like.
It sounds like popcorn.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
But this is the same thing with my PC. Every time I log in, it's just like, you know what? I'm going to adjust your volumes how I want, not how you last set them. We'll just throw Discord at like 50 and Google Chrome at 2. I'm like, bro, why?
Let me. Okay.
So what happens if the aliens come before GTA 6?
Hold up, real quick. I'm changing it to a different mic, and then I'll change it.
You're fine. What if the aliens come before GTA 6?
You know what's odd is I have been playing so much GTA 5 online recently. I don't know, it's just been sort of a lull in between games, I feel, but that online world is so rich, filled with content. It's been years. It's just fun to grind out the money, go on these heists. It's a solid game in there. And the enhanced version, I actually went and got Boosteroid, believe it or not. And I'm running it on my laptop on the Steam version. And like, those graphics are just great. I love driving around in that game. And Boosteroid, man, I didn't think it, but crisp crystal clear quality. It
Nice.
runs perfectly smooth. I haven't had hiccups at all. I'm like, wow, this is a great place for cloud gaming. People should try this one out more.
Not really.
pretty cool.
They
It's
just need
probably
to fix
one of the
their
most
back end.
sketchiest places of cloud gaming, but yeah.
It is, for GTA Online, it has been absolutely solid for me.
So wait, do you not have GTA Online on your console?
I can, but it's not crossplay, and a bunch of people I'm playing with are on Steam and Xbox
okay.
PC. So to get into the PC world, I needed to do the PC thing. So
Okay.
I didn't want the space on my computer, so I just went to the cloud because it's an easy way to game when you don't want to take up the space on your CPU.
So what made you go to Boosteroid and not GFN?
Well, GFN doesn't have Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, so can I say this? So we were talking the other day, and I said to Purple on her show, I said my issue with cloud gaming is my same issue with the Nintendo Switch. And she said, what? I said, a game comes out that I might be interested in. I have no clue if it's coming to that platform. And here it is, right? So yes, it's on console. So it's coming to console, but console doesn't have crossplay. And then when you say like, okay, well, if you was a cloud gamer, you couldn't even guarantee if the game was coming to cloud, right? Because you figure the top cloud platform probably is GFN when you think of it, right? Or I think maybe xCloud, to be honest. But that's my problem. And the same thing with the Switch. You can't just tell me if they show a cool trailer it's coming to the Switch. But you know that cool game is coming to PlayStation. You just know it, right? Unless it's like Xbox only game or some game on PC. So,
well, speaking of big news that FCAT didn't say is happening, Luna is making a massive move in the gaming world and bringing Madden 26 to their platform in a move I never thought I would see, but it makes sense with all the Amazon streaming rights. I guess, boom, they added the game there too. I mean, that's a big get.
I hope they do a lot of advertising, marketing for that. I would love for people to know, like, hey, this is on Luna, and just explain, like, to the millions of Amazon, Prime people. I mean, I don't know how that's going to work, but let me show you guys this. Here's something I wanted to bring up. Ron said, Amazon Luna, baby. Oh, wait, let me get on the PC thing. So here's what I wanted to say about PC. I know people who love PC, great. But I think me and you, Diggs, we share the same sentiment. Like, when I want to turn this thing on and just play a game, that's all I want. So think about it. My computer, I don't really touch it at all, right? All I do is stream this, right? Once a week. Maybe twice a week. I did yesterday. Why is my camera different? Or not my camera. Why is my mic different? How come it just switched my mic? Like, this is the stuff, I'm gonna be honest. If I was a PC gamer, I guess I would have to have extra patience. I'm not saying I can't do this stuff, but I give credit to the people who like to tinker, figure out. I don't watch so many event streams, and I'm like, bro, like, he can't figure out how to get the game straight. Like, it really deterred me from even wanting to, like, demo on my PC. So I know people love PC gaming, but I just feel like I trust me. I know I can get into it if I wanted to. I just don't
like
feel
retro gaming on Linux stream, and the first 18 minutes is him fucking cursing and swearing, trying to figure it out.
It's like, dude, and you just try to play an 8-bit game. All that for this? Oh man. Anyways, so listen, I want to bring this back. Do you guys have any concern about this? So it's making the rounds, and I know we'll get into it more, but YouTube's new AI age verification is coming soon. Here's what's going on. So what they're saying is there's a bunch of stuff from YouTube to Steam to now they're trying to really like crack down. Like this says AI will assess whether an account belongs to an adult or a teen. So they're making it harder for people to watch content that's more mature, and even purchase content. So FCAT, I don't know if you're going to bring that up, but on Steam, they're really going to start cracking down on you being able to purchase games that's adult rated, and they're going to start, looks like they might be getting rid of a bunch of adult rated games. So what do you guys think about that? I know there was a thing FCAT put in that was saying GTA 6 might have an issue on Steam because of the adult nature and content being purchased.
So it is real. I'm playing with a couple buddies from England on Grand Theft Auto 5, and they are going to get the notification that asks them for their personal ID to register to be able to play Grand Theft Auto 5. Obviously, the sweeping action happened with the popular Montreal adult site, and that got blocked in the UK. And that day that it got blocked, VPN sales went up 2,000%.
Wow.
No, it's happening. They're cracking down on age verification because apparently youth watching mature content is the biggest thing that people need to squash out. I don't get why that's where resources are focused, but it is the newest trend of government spending for sure.
What I can say is it might not seem like an issue right now, but I think it will be later. So let's say you get a kid that's young, right? It is what it is, no big deal. Or maybe he's watching stuff he shouldn't be doing or playing violent video games. But I feel like sexuality is something that will grow when he becomes a teenager, get older, blah, blah, blah. So I guess what they're worried about is what type of kid are we developing and sending him out there to the world at a young age. So who knows? I don't know the science on this stuff, but that is one thing. Like when I remember my daughter, who's 19 now, she was 10 years old. And I went to pick her up from school. She got off the bus, got in the car, we're driving home, and she was like, in school on the bus, this kid was talking about porn.com. I was like, what? At 10 years old. But anyway, a cell phone is the most powerful thing in the planet right now. So it's kind of like when you're like, oh, my kid doesn't do this and that. I'm like, my question, whenever I hear parents swear their kid is the nicest kid ever, I said, do your kid go to school? They're like, yeah, go to school. Well, your kid know everything because you walk in that door, the other kids, it's wild. It's a free for all. So I guess maybe that, that might have something to do with it as well. But
yeah, I agree. Like it's when I'm watching subdivision video and parents are allowing it. I don't know what's the bigger deal, like, because this is a big deal. Also, the Visa MasterCard thingy, that's a big deal with them pulling the adult games off of Steam and itch.io.
That I'm really shocked because I would think they would want to make the money. So I'm always shocked when a company is gonna limit the amount of money they can make. So that's really interesting that they are really taking that stand, Visa and MasterCard, But again, like I said, when we talked about it, if Visa and MasterCard say, hey, we want to crack down on people purchasing, naughty stuff, if we call it that, right? Then it's kind of, so we don't want people to purchase it with our form of currency. It's kind of like, well, I guess if it is underage kids, and if they're trying to get refunds, and you didn't really make that money anyway, because now you got to refund it, and you might get, be a lawsuit and blah, 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 and you're dragged into it. So I don't know how much stuff is going on. My kids are all grown now, so I don't know how much stuff is going on, but it does seem like these age restrictions and stuff is getting really strict. So it's interesting.
I mean, I had unfettered access to adult content, and I turned out fine. So what? I have to whip all my girlfriends to get off or tie them all up. It's fine. The leather industry needs help too.
50 Shades of Grey.
Well, we have to do it here for the hub.
Yeah. So what's crazy? I seen this live. So I'm an adult, so I can say this is my show. So, you know, I used to just go on my phone, porn.com in New Jersey, no big deal. And I could stream it from my phone to my TV. Oh, it's on the big screen. Moved to Florida, right? And I went porn.com, stream it to the big screen. The thing came up, the government said that in the state of Florida, we can't, blah, blah, blah. I was like, wait, is this real? How is this on my screen? Like, what the hell? Like, and so you can't stream it from your device to the TV. It won't allow you. I'm like, this is wild. So I'm assuming it's going through the internet service, which is probably picks it up and realize you're trying to stream that to your device. But I'm thinking it's Bluetooth, right? I don't know. It's wild. But that's a real thing. And Maker said, rest in peace, YouTube.
Yeah, so what happens is if you upload your stuff and it could get hacked and die. That's the thing. Really,
But I'm not uploading anything. I'm just streaming something from the phone to the TV.
no, I'm saying when you upload your ID to look at it.
Oh, you're talking about the new thing where they're going to make people have to show their ID?
It's already going on with Pornhub.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see anything about ID. It just wouldn't let me. But let me get into this. I don't want to take too much time in some of these stories because we do got some gaming stuff, regardless of FCAT do or not. But guys, check this out. I seen this. I thought this was interesting. So, world's oldest baby born from an embryo frozen in 1994. So, they actually took an embryo from 1994, and a woman gave birth. And this is the oldest embryo to be used. So they said they pretty much perfected the science, and they can now freeze embryos and use them however long in the future. So that's kind of interesting, right?
Yeah, when I grows up.
Except this baby's gonna grow up to be a White Walker.
No, it's gonna grow up wondering where Kurt Cobain is.
Yeah.
I wonder. I mean, I'm assuming, right? It shouldn't be any. It should just literally be a baby born in 2025, and he'll grow up, like 2025 baby. But I don't think there's anything significant about his embryos being that old. I don't know if people will be like, dude, you know how old you are? You was conceived. Well, not really conceived, but you were originally came from 1994. I don't know how to word it, but it's kind of crazy when you think of it.
You're a past baby.
Yeah, you're a past baby.
Not a future baby.
I guess that works. And here's something else I wanted to show you guys. And then I'm kind of done with the little stuff I have. I mean, we talk about a lot of stuff in Discord, but check this out. This is interesting. So Matt Rife buys famous occult museum home to Annabelle doll. So the real life people from The Conjuring, their whole the house that held, I think it's 750 haunted items. He purchased the house, so he doesn't own the rights. He doesn't own the materials, the stuff in there, but he owns the house that it's in. And so he said he's even going to start making tours and stuff that people could come and check out all this haunted stuff. So that's kind of crazy. But, a lot of people are familiar with Matt Rife. He's a comedian, got popular from TikTok. And, but I'm like, wow, I can't believe it. So him and some other guy purchased the estate. And so, what are their names? The Ed and Lorraine. What are their last name again? Here, let me play a little bit of it.
This is about as big as it gets.
Matt Rife has made an interesting new purchase. On August 1st, the stand-up comedian shares to social media that he is now one of the proud new owners of Ed and Lorraine Warren's Occult Museum, which is home to allegedly haunted items such as the Annabelle doll.
Hey guys, super random but incredible announcement. I have just bought the Ed and Lorraine Warren's Home and Occult Museum with my very good friend Elton Castay. If you guys have ever seen any of the Conjuring films, the Annabelle films, or even Amityville Horror, this is the home that inspired all of those stories. This might be the most important and prominent piece of paranormal history in the world. Ed and Lorraine Warren are who took demonology and ghost hunting and paranormal investigation and made it mainstream. Now,
you know what's funny? Because he's pretty young. He said made it mainstream. I'm like, nah, I probably want to say it was The Exorcism, Matt, not Ed and Lorraine Warren. You know, because all that stuff was a big deal for many years now. But yes, The Conjuring definitely added a little extra, like, whoa. But you know, it was movies like Damien and stuff like that for a while. But anyway, I thought this was interesting. I seen that. I was like, oh wow, that's kind of crazy. I wouldn't connect him to that, right? I wouldn't. That's kind of strange for me. Like, oh wow, Matt Wright. Like, wow. Anyways, but FCAT, if you want to add your link, definitely can. Now let me take this time to. I don't really have anything non-gaming to talk about. Do you? Anything else non-gaming? Because I want to bring up gaming stuff.
There's not really much to add in that game.
Okay, well, I definitely got some stuff I want to bring up. So let's just do a topic.
Topic switch.
All right, guys. So there's some stuff in gaming I want to get to. Personally, I want to bring up the trailers for Darksiders 4. It was very short. It was like a teaser, but I still want to show that. And I want to show some of the trailer for Reanimal. So I'll show the whole trailer for Darksiders. And then the Reanimals, it was longer, so I'll just play that in the background. But looking forward to Jersey also made a video on the Darksiders 4, so if you guys want to get a chance, check out his thing. But I'm looking forward to both of those games. I was a big fan of if you're not familiar with Reanimals is the original creators of Little Nightmares, and they actually made their next game is going to be Reanimals. But Darksiders 1, 2, 3, I beat them both. All three. Never actually really. I played just a little teeny bit of Darksiders Genesis, so I need to go back and do that. I'm blaming Purple Haze. I would have played and beat that game if it wasn't for her saying she'll play it with me, and she never did. I'm just saying. It be your own people. It be your own people. So with that being said, let's check out the teaser for Darksiders 4. I don't know what other name they're going to name it, or if it's just going to be Darksiders 4, but check this out.
You will be hunted. The White City for certain. The Council. And there will be others. You would wage this war alone?
No, not alone.
He said no. So the best way I could describe this game, the series, when I played part 1 many, many years ago, it reminded me of playing Zelda with kind of like God of War. So if you mix those two, that's what it kind of felt like. It had a lot of puzzles like Zelda games, and it had like pretty good action and combat like a God of War, level up systems. It was actually pretty cool. So let me bring back on FCAT and Rudigs. And if either of you guys were ever into the Darksider series?
No.
Yeah, I played and beat Darksiders 2. I remember playing Darksiders 3 on Stadia, right? It was a bit of a top-down Diablo view that you played co-op.
No, that was Darksiders. That was Darksiders Genesis.
Oh, Genesis. Yeah, that one I played with a buddy, and I played the Darksiders 2 on the older consoles. And I agree, it was like Zelda, right? You could call your horse out of like nothingness. You went to go fight all the demons. Now, I tried to play Darksiders 3 on Stadia. That was the one where you were the chick. However, the Stadia version just was never like stable enough for me to play. It was always pretty buggy.
So I beat Darksiders 1 when it first came out. I beat Darksiders 2 when it first came out. I never beat Darksiders 3 to when it came to Stadia. So I actually played and beat it on Stadia. And then Darksiders Genesis came out. And so that was the one that ended up being co-op, like you said, Diablo over the head. And I never played it because, I played just a teeny bit, but Purple Haze, found out she was a big fan, said she would play it with me and it was co-op and never did. So I always bring this up. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I am going to blame you, Purple, and I won't stop blaming you. But I think I'm going to gamefly it and get my wife to play it with me since Purple.
This is going to be co-op.
So, yeah, what's cool is there is an article that said this is planning to be co-op. Now, the question is it going to be like the one Rudix played with his buddy, or is it going to be like a third-person, 4-player co-op? And I think that would be cool. Something like Outriders, what Purple Haze like, but be in its style of game. That would be really cool. So I wanted to show this trailer. Let me see. Purple said Darksiders 3 on Stadia had an issue with the boss Gluttony, but I eventually beat it. Yeah, I had some issues with Stadia. I remember I got stuck somewhere, and luckily you was able to save it. I lost a little bit of progression, but I ended up being able to get not too far where I was at, and I beat the game too. I am blaming Purple because she lied to me. She told me she would play that game with me. She ended up playing and beating it with somebody else, which I believe was Rouster, and not me. But it is what it is. It's your own people. Like I said, it's your own people. That's what happens, So it's all good.
Some people game cheat. That's fine. That's what you want.
Exactly. Yeah. Cheating on me, it's all good. But Rudix, dude, please tell me you've played Fortnite Blitz.
Fortnite Glint?
Blitz, Blitz.
Like the football game Blitz?
Yeah, so they added a new mode, and I just played it today for the first time. Dude, it is made for me. You got to play it with the family. Like, you listen.
Yeah, we're going to play tomorrow.
So you got to play. So what they did is they made, you could play 1 player, 2 player, 3 players, 4 players, 5 players, up to 6. You got a team of 6 people. And what they do is it's only like 30-something people in there. The map is real small. The storm comes really fast, and they randomize your weapons. So every time it starts, you don't know what weapons you're going to start with. You start with weapons, and everybody start with the same weapons. There might be shotguns. They always give you one of the bubbles you throw down. You can hide in the shield. And then you got some bigger chests. You get them. You get better weapons, and it's so intense. They make you, you can't hide for so long. You're fighting to get, literally a match could end in like 7 minutes from beginning to end. Me and Murder just played. We played about 5 matches. We won 2 of the 5. I won 6 matches earlier, not including the 2 I won with him. I played duos. I was playing with Sandy's nephew or cousin. He's 12 years old. We won a couple. Dude, it is so intense. I was addicted to it today. Like, it's a game mode I've always wanted because I love one. I don't like when games take too long. Like, you have like a 20, 30-minute match. You're like, damn, that took a lot of time. This is a get in, get out, intense, crazy, wild. You got to play it with the family, man. You got to play it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll check it out for sure.
Yeah. And 6-player teams? Oh, man, that's crazy. So here, let me see if I can pull something on that. Let's get it.
It's almost like they're trying to do Concord.
I'd love to see this with gaming, maybe, speaker.
PS6 leaks was one of them. Madden 26 on Luna was another piece of gaming news.
Oh my god. Wow.
So check this out, guys.
Who plays Luna other than Ron Slusher?
Let me mute it. All right, so check it out. So Fortnite Blitz Royale.
The island looks a lot smaller. Made for mobile.
Yeah, maybe this is like the mobile trailer, but
that's different. Fortnite's back on mobile now.
It was never. I had it on mobile for years now because my wife would play it on mobile with me when I played on PlayStation before I gave her a PlayStation 5. So yeah,
didn't they take it off the Apple and Google store for a bit though?
Well, no. It was off the Apple store, but it's been on the it's been on Android. Yeah, I don't know when. I've literally had it on Android for some, I want to say 3 years at least. I want to play. I want to show some gameplay, but it is here. Let me see this boss thing. I've never seen this. It is pretty intense. Like, it's just really cool. Like, you get really powerful weapons. Everybody is pretty much on an even playing field, which makes it kind of cool. And it's just it's so intense, like balls to the wall. Like when you don't like take forever to get down, you're pretty much down in a few seconds, and you're just rocking. What's up, JD? In the building. Let me see. Said Rue should play the Power Rangers update. Is that out yet? I didn't notice that. I guess I've just been playing this so much. But anyway, guys, try to get a chance to play Fortnite Blitz. It is absolutely fun. I think this is a game mode that I don't know. Games. I don't know. It's addicting. It is addicting. Here, let me see this. I didn't watch a trailer of that, but let me see. Fortnite Power Rangers. They gotta have a.
The only thing I have issue with this week was all the people who saw the Battlefield trailer, then right after they were like, "Oh, Call of Duty better watch out! Call of Duty better watch out!" Yeah, you better watch out for EA because EA is making you, secure boot your PC for Battlefield 6 and all this.
I mean, that's what people do. Everything's supposed to kill something, right? So if you get anything in the same genre, whatever the top dog is, you got to say this is the killer. That happens with Destiny every other week.
And everybody else, never find out, Battlefield 6 is skill-based matchmaking, and you can't make servers outside the portal and all this. It's only 120. It's only 120 on the Pro. You can create your own map, but you can't create your own browser server. Like, how they used to have the server browser? You can't do that no more.
Wow,
you have to find a match.
Got some realistic graphics.
Well, that's not real. That's this is just a live action trailer.
Reminds me of the 90s. Saturday morning 90s.
Yeah, man. Well, I think that's what it's trying to be like, this trailer. It's Power Rangers.
Yeah. Oh, the Mechazord.
JD said if you play stupid PC games, you win stupid PC prizes. Yeah, I actually want to see if they got a actual trailer for the gameplay. But anyway, yeah. All right. If I could stop this. All right, there we go. So, there was some. Oh yeah. So let me pull up the Battlefield since you were talking about it. We might as well show the trailer. Battlefield 6 trailer. Let's pull that up. Might as well. So, Rudig, you got any interest in Battlefield 6?
I'm not really a competition shooter gamer. I'll play with friends, but it's not really me getting excited type of game. Although it looks cool, I like the destructibility. It's a good shout.
That's cool. And JD said he loved Battlefield. And let's ask none other than the guy who might be dying on an airplane in a few weeks because he will be going to the UK, is none other than the maker of Chaos. Maker, what's going on?
Nothing much. Just gaming.
Are you excited for Battlefield 6?
I'm interested to see how the reception is. So far, it seems like people are liking it, but I'm gonna wait until launch. Like, if it has a bunch of issues, then I'm gonna wait.
Got you. I think the open beta comes out like what, Thursday? I think you said, FK.
Yeah, it's like around Thursday, Friday.
Yes.
I might be busy. Well, mostly because my trip is coming up in less than 2 weeks, so trying to knock out all the plans for that. So don't have all the time for gaming, and we'll see.
I got you. Once upon a time, I actually liked Battlefield more than Call of Duty because I thought it was really cool how they had, planes and tanks and everything. It was so much chaos. But then when you play it, it's like, okay, it take you forever to find a plane or a tank or whatever. And then, people get them before you get them. And then when you do get them, you get smacked out the sky pretty fast anyway. So I haven't played them in a long time. And then Call of Duty ended up adding those giant stages with tanks and planes as well. But yeah, I think Battlefield is cool, man. So hopefully they give Call of Duty a run for their money.
Yo, Cowboy, I'm home now. I'm just gonna join from my computer, so I'll be right back. What up, Maker?
What's up?
So any
it's hilarious. It's hilarious because PC players, they hate kernel level anti-cheat. And this is gonna have a kernel level anti-cheat, and you have to enable secure boot on your PC.
Yeah, but I think the thing is, people are gamers, and so they're gonna want to play video games. So they're just gonna play a game. You can't get everything you want, and so
I'm talking about like the entitled like PC gamers.
I got you.
Yeah. Also, they said this is only going to be 120 on the Pro. Only on the Pro.
Oh wow! Not on the PC. You're not going to be able to.
Yeah,
it'll be
on console.
Be on PC.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, how's that? Okay.
They're saying the only console to do 120 will be the Pro.
Yeah, I mean, I was playing Call of Duty on 120 on my PS5, regular PS5. So it'd be, I don't know why they can't make that, but listen, maybe this game is gonna look, a little better or whatever. What's going on, Seb? Seb, what you missed was JD saying, if you play stupid PC games, you win stupid PC prizes. Sorry, I couldn't help myself, Seb. But what's going on? We're just talking about stuff in general. We don't have much to talk about, so we're kind of just bouncing around. Like, if you guys got a game you want to bring up, I showed the trailer for so I showed some stuff on the Fortnite Blitz, which man got me addicted. But they got a Power Ranger thing. I guess that's the new thing, right? Is the Power Ranger, is that going on now?
I think it starts in like a week or something like that.
Okay, because I was about to say I was on Fortnite all day today. I didn't see nothing about it, but again, I just had it on Blitz. But so yeah, we're just bouncing around. Maker, is there a game you want to talk about? You want us to bring up? That's
About what?
No, just in general. Like, if there's a game you have any excitement for, you want me to bring up the trailers?
Hello. There we go. Now my mic's working.
I'm a little excited that in a couple weeks I'll be getting to try out
Lost Soul aside, Maker is super pumped for PlayStation's new action adventure game, Lost Soul aside. He sees himself in the main character, actually. He's getting the trench coat, the turtleneck, everything. Couldn't be more pumped for it.
So I'll be going to Gamescom on the 19th. So I'll I'll be at Gamescom when they they'll have like booths where you can try out some of the games. And specifically Xbox has announced that certain games are going to be there, like Ninja Gaiden 4. So I'll be able to try out Ninja Gaiden 4. Hollow Knight Silk Song is another one that I definitely want to try out over there.
The Rogue Ally, the Xbox Rogue Ally.
The Rogue Ally will be there. I don't know if I'm
Yes.
going to check that out. I'd rather play like I think Onimusha is going to be there in a playable state as well. So there's a couple
Early copies of GTA 6 playable.
Hey now, don't be telling everybody my plans.
This game looks cool though. I feel like it's the next action adventure game I'm looking forward to.
I don't know, Rudix. I think, me personally, I think Tides of Annihilation looks better. Or it looks more. This looks just like Final Fantasy 16 to me. Like,
I heard Souls-like, Cowboy. I heard this was Souls-like.
Yeah, well,
no, I heard it was accessible.
Did you play Final Fantasy 16, Rudix?
I played and beat it. Yes.
Yeah, me too. I put like 70-something hours into that game. But this is this looks like that. So did you like that game? Did you like Final Fantasy 16?
Oh, I thought the boss fights were epic. I liked the combat. I thought it was very action adventure focused. Just the downtimes were just so down. Like, I don't want to go from fighting the most epic bosses in the world to delivering letters in the like, it's just anticlimactic, some of the side quests.
I think the thing is they kept it legit where it is a RPG, but the combat is like this, right? So when you think of that, you're like, okay, that sounds cool. Not really, because it's action heavy, but it plays like an RPG where, you know, the slow times, like you said, you gotta, you know, walk around. Like that's what an RPG is supposed to do. So it was such a weird contrast of feeling like Devil May Cry in Final Fantasy. He was like, man, I want to kill some people. No, you got to deliver letters and packages. But Rudix, what is your thoughts on this though, man? This game, I don't like. I bring it up a lot, but dude, I know you're super hyped for that.
Yeah, I'm on the hype train for this one as well. We don't have a release date, right? Sometime next year. The voice acting has a cool story, right? You get Shadowheart from BG3, and her counterpart in this game is actually her in real life partner. So you get that emotional connection between the voice actors, which I think is really going to push the story.
And what you think of the gameplay of this?
Yeah, no, the assets look fantastic.
I like how when she throw punches and stuff, it's like another being like doing the attacks or something. Yeah, this one got me. I mean, I already got Lost Soul Aside on my next game fly. It's game locked, so I'll get that when it first come out, unless somebody steal my package like they did with Doom a couple times. But other than that, I'm looking forward to playing it. Now it depends how soul-y or roguey it feels, and whether I'd be like, all right, I'm sending this back. I can't do it. But I'm, you know, these games are my cup of tea. Like if they were just like hack and slash, like a God of War or progression systems. So I love, like, this is my favorite style of games, just not when they're Souls games. But I gotta play them. You know what I mean? I gotta at least say like, oh, I tried it at least, you know, and then hope they got an easy mode.
Yeah. Most of these games now are bringing accessibility to the forefront, especially if you're not from software. So I could definitely see that. I mean, Liza P even came out with an easy mode.
Yeah.
So,
and Liza P, I think as of today, it's now a PlayStation Essential game. So
yeah, let's not talk about that because some of us went out and got the game because they liked it so much, and then it went on the freaking subscription. And this is why subscriptions are goddamn stupid. You should just buy the games you like and screw the companies trying to curate your own library.
Well, I think the thing that's good is the subscriptions give value to the companies like Sony, right? So like, I think for you, right, you got a chance to play the game like a year ago when it came out. So kudos to you for spending your hard-earned money to get something you like. And that's why I think this is the right way to do subscriptions. You let people buy the games they really want, and then you wait a year or so, and then you put it on for people who didn't buy it, and now it gives value to the subscriptions. So, but now if this came out on, let's say, Game Pass day and date, then I can see you could have more of a gripe. Like, then again, it really shouldn't be a gripe because that's your money, however you want to spend it. Because you also have the option to get that same subscription and save money. So technically, you know what I mean? That doesn't really matter.
It is on Game Pass, I think.
Okay, well, there you go. So you got to play it on Game Pass. Let me see. Let me see what these guys are saying down there.
Another game that's under the radar, which is on my list, is Nightling. It's coming out for PS5 soon, and it's like it gives me Legend of Zelda vibes.
How do you spell it?
Nightling, K, like a knight.
Okay. Nightling.
Let's see if it comes.
I think I found it. Yeah, let's check this out. Oh wait, is that for Nintendo?
What's up?
What I pulled up came up for Nintendo. You know me and Nintendo don't rock.
Yeah, it may come out for Nintendo as well. Yeah, that's the game. It's got kind of a kitsy vibe, but new recent gameplay that I saw of it really gave it like Legend of Zelda vibes, action adventure. I think this is more of an earlier concept maybe, or maybe this is the motif they're going for, but it's a sleeper and it's supposed to be like Legend of Zelda, so.
That's cool. I haven't played a Legend of Zelda type game in a very long time. Where it's like super long, crazy puzzles. Maybe God of War. I mean, God of War is like Legend of Zelda light. Let me see. Okay, that's fine, but I don't get the context, but that's fine. He said Canadian accent is very obvious with this one. Let's see. JD said, make her excited for a PS title. What a time to be alive. He said PlayStation title. Let me see. More like 15 with the swords. Final Fantasy. Yeah, it's PS console exclusive. And console exclusive. The most pointless thing in existence. Dang.
Well, you can see this game. It doesn't have the biggest budget, but it's a pretty big scope, and they're calling it like a Legend of Zelda light, and it's supposed to be coming out at the end of this month. So it's something I'm keeping my eye out on.
Nice. Look like PlayStation 3 want their graphics back. But listen.
Also, I put a video in there, Cowboy, and it's of me on national television 18 years ago on a TV show.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's check this out.
Yeah, Rue's famous.
Wrong video. Oh, we gotta check this out.
Oh yeah, young Rudegs.
Young Rue.
Oh, it's not a video.
Oh, what? It says it's not available on your device. What?
That's weird.
Let me click on it.
Not currently available on this service.
On this device. Oh, is it unlisted? They deleted it.
What?
Yeah, because this would be the.
I was just clicked on it and saw it. No, if you click on it, you can see it.
It might be only for Canadian. It might be only for Canadian because it's not working for me anymore.
Yeah, right. It's playing. Like, it's literally the video is playing, but the video isn't playing.
Here, look at that for a second.
Okay.
Can you see the screen?
Yep.
Yeah, we can see it.
Fortunately for the stunned parents, the older trio are gung-ho to help, right? Especially Super Hunk Ricky. He'll take care of everything, right?
They are. We got it on camera that he's going to be changing all things.
The girls are more keen on the whole baby thing. They want to help, so we'll see how much help actually in the
children, they're premature babies. Everybody, just please stay away from them. I don't want them being sick.
Unless
with that.
But yeah.
Wow. Look at
Holy shit, what kind of show is that, Rudy?
That's called breastfeeding. It's how babies go from
They
womb
have
to
show
baby.
that on television.
In Canadian television, they do, and they don't ask you for your personal ID and driver's license.
What's up, TPG? He said, so you guys about the fake Nintendo Direct video by, I don't know what that is. Yeah, but let me show one other thing. I did want to show you guys this. So I am looking forward to this game. And now they actually got a trailer that came out. This is Purple Haze Game of the Year, most anticipated game of the year, should I say. But I was a huge fan, me and my wife, of Little Nightmares 1 and 2, played and beat them both. And so what I'm curious on is this going to be co-op like Little Nightmares 3?
Well, it's no longer your most anticipated of the year since it got delayed to next year.
No, I said for Purple Haze, not me.
No, I meant
for her.
it got
Yeah.
pushed out of the year.
Okay. No. Well, you know what it is? I feel like don't have this and Little Nightmares 3 come out in the same year. You know what I mean? So I think that for me, that's kind of good. Plus, it'd be interesting to see this game come out, right? And like, I feel like which one is the real Little Nightmares 3? This or Little Nightmares 3? You know? They look very similar. Obviously, the original team, or most of the people from the original team that made 1 and 2 made this. So it looks very reminiscent of Little Nightmares. But I'm curious if this will be multiplayer, because I've waited so long. My wife and I, we was like, man, we would love to be able to play together, especially part 2. You're running around with a character almost the whole game anyway. Like, why that just couldn't have been, multiplayer? So it's really cool that we're going to get that. All right, so Obi is in the building. He said, what is crazy is I assume Darksiders was Dark Souls. Oh, and when I went to go play Dark Side, I asked for Dark Souls and ended up getting Dark Souls thinking it was Darksiders. Oh, that's funny. I've yet to play it. Okay. Jenna Hayes said, hey, Rude Diggs and Cowboy. What's up, Jenna Hayes? Maverick X. Whatever. I was trying to make Maverick sound like a female name. Check this video out. What video? I don't think it's going to allow you to share a video if you're trying to share.
Yeah, I don't think
anyways,
it's gonna.
Any other games you guys could think of you want me to pull up a trailer for? Those were some games I wanted to bring up. I felt like it was some.
Sorry, guys.
I think a lot of people are just waiting for Gamescom, and that's when the next big group of announcements we're gonna get.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, I mean, unless y'all want to talk about these rumored specs.
Oh, for the PS6? Yeah, you go.
Well, Xbox as well. They got rumored specs for Xbox as well, but I mean, my thing is, like, the specs are always off from what it actually comes out with.
I think we'll get more accurate ones when it gets closer to it. Like right now, they're already saying it's like 2 years out from these leaks, which is.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
What's up, Goon
Yeah.
Squad?
I heard about the PlayStation 6 handheld. It's gonna play, well, they play native PS5, PS6 games on a V2 Extreme. I don't know how they're gonna do that.
Well, it would be super expensive. If they could pull it off, that's cool. So this thing you put in the chat earlier said the PS6 performance estimates puts it around 9070 XT. I'm sure I'm supposed to say that a certain way, level, while Xbox Next is around RTX 5080. So what does that mean? Explain this for me.
That sounds overblown to me, the 5080 part. They're basically, for the next Xbox, they're basically saying it's a pre-built PC. That's what they're saying now.
But
And
if
that,
it comes out 2 years from now, the 5080s are out now, right? So 2 years from now,
yeah,
you don't think they would be, even if it's expensive, like let's say the console's like, $1,000, right? Because it's like a PC console hybrid. So for $1,000 to get 5080, that wouldn't be bad if you think about it. I'm just assuming if it was $1,000. Right? That's kind of the scale, right?
the PS6 will be they'll have a bundle with the handheld thing, I heard.
I just think these rumors are kind of funny. Again, like Maker said, we're talking like 2 years from now. Like who's even
Right.
who's even gonna remember these rumors 2 months from now?
Right.
But I mean, it is what it is. It's something.
I thought the next Xbox is coming next year.
I don't know. I mean, again, rumors, right? I doubt it.
I thought it was 2028 we were going to see the next generation of consoles.
That's what I think. I think more like 2 or 3 years from now. I think maybe holiday 2 years from now, or 2028. I feel like 2028. I wouldn't feel, well, again, my issue is I did buy the consoles 2 years later, so I didn't get them when all you guys did, if you guys got them in the beginning. So for me, I feel like I haven't had them that long because I was playing around with Stadia. But I still feel like it feels a little too soon to get a new console next year. But give us another 3 years with these consoles, see what they could do with them, come out with some more cool looking games, and then I guess I don't know what you do more the next consoles. Do you finally make 60 the lowest denominator if a developer wanted to go that route? Like what's going to be special about the next ones? Is the graphics supposed to be, how much better can the graphics be? I think it's really just going to be performance, right? What are you guys' thoughts?
It's not about graphics anymore. It's about frames per second now. Whether it be,
I think we got a preview into what the next consoles are going to be focusing on with the PS5 Pro, and that was upscaling. That's going to be a big thing that is going to allow them to do shortcuts, frame generation. That's probably why they're referencing the 5080 here. And I believe the other one was some blast processing they made up. I can't remember it. But they'll probably just be focusing on that to make up for the raw power they can't provide, and it'll be a cheaper option for the consoles to get out here. So if these follow the same trend as the 5080s from the 4090s, we may be looking at a cheaper console, quite possibly.
Yeah, I think when I read that one article, it said the PS5 6 is supposed to be cheaper than the PS5 Pro.
That's a joke.
Why would it be? I mean, people were shocked to see the 5000 series cheaper than the 4000 series when it came to GPUs. I mean, we could see the same thing with consoles. AI could turn the corner for cheaper, more affordable access to hardware.
Okay. I mean, y'all can think things are going to get cheaper. It's not.
I can say that. Hey, hold up. Okay, I can say the same thing to you. Okay. You could think it's going to be more expensive if that's you, right? All we're doing is just all of us. We're talking about a year, 2 years, 3 years. We're all just guessing anyway, right? So what's the big deal?
Yeah. I mean, look at the price of Switch to the Pro. How much is the ROG Ally is going to be? You think prices are going down now?
Yeah, but my reference was specifically from the 4000 series graphics card to the 5000 series graphic card. That was a big push from hardware is boosting all your graphics to now AI, and turning that corner made the graphics cards cheaper.
No, he has a legitimate good, that's called an educated guess, So makes sense. We just have to see. And now your mama knows.
But I would like more PS5 exclusives, god damn it. Like more PS5 games before you release the PS6. Like what
that you're not gonna get. Here's a question though. What I don't understand is, So I understand like a 5080, I get that. What's the 9070 XT? Like what
That
would
is
be
the competitor's version. So I believe the Ryzen. I could be wrong in what they call it, but they have a different numbering system, and they're in the 9000s now.
But would that be compared? Are they saying that that's comparable? Like which one's supposed to be more powerful? Or are they
I
both?
believe they're just saying those two are on par. Those two are equivalent. They're
Okay.
like the Xbox and PlayStation of graphics
Okay.
cards.
Got it. All right, cool. I wasn't sure. All right. Any other game? I mean, guys, I still have to do my first impression stream. So if we wrap this up early, it's not going to kill me because I still got to come back on and stream. Plus, I want to eat dinner and then I'll probably eat dinner and then come back on. So I'm not forcing us to come up with stuff if we kind of have nothing to come up with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm just like chilling, talking games. Whatever's good.
Yeah. You know, one game does look cool to me is the one that Capcom showed with the girl and the little girl and the guy, Pragmata. Let me see. Yeah, guys know what I'm talking about?
Pragmata? You mean the Capcom one?
Yeah, yep, that's what I said. Capcom.
Did we say it's coming out this year? I don't even, or maybe next year.
Let's see. This looks cool to me. So that's a game that is coming at some point that look kind of cool. What's up, Mystic Fragment? What's going on?
You know, Mafia Old Country is also coming out this week, I believe.
What's that?
Mafia Old Country.
Oh, okay.
And Thursday, right?
Yeah, I think it's only like 10 hours, and they're saying 2 hours of cutscenes.
People are interested in that. I've never been into Mafia, but I know people loved it.
It's only gonna be $50, so
That's cool. The graphics looks pretty cool. You know what? It's a sandbox game, you know. Now I wonder if it's gonna be like GTA, like can you get in any car, or is it more like
They're saying it's going to be more linear, so like Mind's Eye.
okay. Yeah, like mine. That's what I was gonna say. It was like Mind's Eye, where you pretty much it tells you what car to get in. You can't just get in whatever you want. So, which is nothing wrong with either.
Oh, look, it's the guy from Death Stranding. That baby grew up.
honestly, the gameplay in this looks better than Death Stranding.
Well, because this has gameplay.
No, I mean I'm playing through Death Stranding 2 right now, actually. So, I don't know, just yeah, the action just seems a lot more fun.
How far do you get into? Do you get action in Death Stranding 2?
I mean, I've already hit up some camps and like shot some people and took their loot,
Okay.
but like it's, I would say the combat's not its strong suit, at least so far in the game.
I mean, I think that's the thing. It doesn't seem like the combat was supposed to be a strong suit. They probably wanted it to be that story appeal. Like, and whoever really liked the first one, I think they wanted you to like the second one, but they added little combat for the people who complained about that, which is kind of a good gesture, I guess, but still don't change it, too much from what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, like if you really like the first, I mean, I enjoyed the first one, but it clearly has its own flaws. But so if you like the first one, you're gonna enjoy the second one because it's more Death Stranding.
And you know what? I think some people get upset when they say, why are people making things for the non-fans, right? And that's kind of fair. So let's say if you really like part one, and then imagine if the next one is this super action game. If you was a fan, you'd have probably been like, dude, this is kind of not fair to me because now you just changed the game that I liked, for the fans who complain. And if they didn't like it, then oh well. So I think that's kind of fair. But also for people who that was an issue, you add a little bit more combat, with not sacrificing that story-driven part. Sounds kind of cool. if you think about it from a standpoint of a fan. Let me see. Mystic Fragments came in, and then so what's up, Mystic Fragments? And then
what time the pizza is?
anyone see the new season of King of the Hill? I can't say I did. OMG, is this? Oh yeah, is this even a topic?
You see any Twisted Metal, Cowboy?
Also, Fortnite gets Power Rangers and Helldiver-like mode. A Helldiver-like mode. You gotta explain that to me. But they got a mode, which is Blitz mode, which is amazing. I'm loving it. Hell is Us demo coming to PlayStation next week. Oh, that's cool. Not so into that game. Once they was like, there's no maps, there's no
it doesn't tell you where to go.
You just randomly walk around. I'm just like, I'm not really do that in games.
Yeah, I played the demo on PC. You just walk around not knowing where to go, and you just find puzzles to do here and there, and it's like
yeah, I definitely think there's people out there that likes that type of stuff. I just
that's a rogue, right? I mean, each time you do it, you get something different, and you level up your character slowly. It's like Spelunky, right? Large, popular game. It's got that same methodology. Photo mode in this game is outstanding, though. I mean, like, do I want to get this game just for the photo mode? Part of me wants to.
The soundtrack is also one that I think you'd like the soundtrack. It's definitely going to be up there, nominated for best music.
Yeah, I just can't. I tried to play the first one. I walked in a big circle in the first mission, and I was like, I don't know. There's a lot of walking.
I mean, yeah, the first like mission or two is just walking, really.
But how much walking did I do today in GTA? Freaking swam halfway across the goddamn island.
Yeah, I remember. I was there.
I gave the first one, Death Stranding, a good 3 hours of my life. And then it made me so mad. Rock came on the screen, and he was like, dude, you got to at least get to 4 hours. 4 hours is the part where I said, no, bro. I probably didn't even do a legit 3 hours, because I probably was walking in circles that really I probably only did like 40 minutes of the game because I was lost half of it. And I was just like, nah. If you can't get me in those 3 hours, I'm sorry.
I saw someone's gameplay where they already had like a vehicle at the part where I'm at in Death Stranding 2, and I'm just like, how do you get that already? I was trying to figure out how to make one or how to find one.
Yeah, the deluxe version comes with a motorcycle.
Wait, for real?
No, I'm just talking shit, but I bet you they do something like that. If it was made by EA, for sure, or Ubisoft.
So I brought up Hell is Us for you guys, since we mentioned it. Combat looks interesting, but I don't know.
It's bad. It's bad.
See, if FCAT, I would be more worried if you absolutely loved this game and said it was the next thing.
You know what? Actually, you're right. You're right.
But I mean, look, you got Souls-like combat, you got rogue elements. I mean, it sounds like a game you just keep playing over and over again, and one day you might get to the end. It's...
Right. But it sounds interesting, though. Remember back in the day when you had like Nintendo games, and like it was very little like knowing what to do. You just got a brand new game that you never heard of. Like maybe your parents just decided, hey, let me buy you a game. And granted, I'm going back. You guys were playing PS1 games, which, you know, was full-fledged games. But when I was playing like an NES game, I'm like, what? And you had no clue. Like, all right, I remember one of the craziest video game stories of my life. It was Christmas, and my mom bought me Guardian Heroes, right? And if you never played Guardian Heroes or heard of it, it starts off as a space shooter. And I'm like, and I like space shooters back in the day, you know, it's side scroll, right? And I'm like, what is this garbage? And like, I was so mad that she got me this game that I never heard of, never wanted for Christmas. but okay, I'm gonna play it. And you beat the first mission, and your character turns into like the jet turns into a person. I'm like, wait, what? And now it becomes like a Zelda-looking game where you're walking around, you're talking to people, and it became one of the best games I ever played. But you had little know what to do in that game, and then it had stages where you back to the jet flying. It was like so many games I played like that when I was young, and it just blew your mind on like you had no clue what the hell you were doing in the games. You were just playing, hoping. And actually, that's just your mindset back then. Your mindset was this game. Hell Is Us was NES. Every game you didn't know how long it would take, where you got to go, what you got to do. You just like played the game and just experimented on how to play the game and where to go. So, and I don't want to go back to that. So I mean, maybe I'll game find this, check it out a little bit. But guys, let's bring in the guy who bleeds blue, because he will die on his deathbed with a PlayStation hat on. TPG is in the building. What's going on, TPG? How are you doing today, man?
No, I'm doing pretty good. Hey, Cowboy, I'm telling you right now, man, you need to watch Twisted Metal Season 2.
It started already?
I haven't seen episode 3. No spoilers.
Well, I'm not going to go to spoilers, but every Thursday they release 2 episodes until they get to the last 3 episodes. Then they release the last 3 all together.
So
I can't believe they killed off
Sweet. Right now we are watching Squid Game season 3, and I think it's only 6 episodes, and I think we might be on the 4th or the 5th one. So yeah, I'll transition to that right after I beat that.
After you beat that?
Yeah, I watched season 1.
I thought he was going to come in here and tell us about Days Gone and possibly come to Xbox.
Oh, if Days Gone comes to Xbox, it'll get more supported, which means more people want it, Days Gone 2, which means we might get Days Gone 2 eventually.
Is
like 10 years from now?
No, Ben Studio tweeted an emoji, and Xbox fans were like, "Oh, it's coming to Xbox."
Sure. At the same time, also, my farts will light on fire, and I will be able to jump over Mount Rainier.
Yeah, but here's my thing. You remember what Rudig said, right? He was like, dude, I beat the game, and now people are getting it later on. But I feel like that's kind of the way it should be, right? Like, if you already got and played this game, it's like when PC people, if Seb's still in the house, everything's on PC. I mean, maybe one day. But I feel good if I played and beat a game, because not knocking anybody who couldn't get the game, but if I really wanted that game, like, I'll put myself against myself. Part of me loves GameFly, and I'll just play a game whenever. Then part of me is like, no, I have to buy that game because this is the game I want day and date, right? So I don't even have to say me versus Xbox or PC. Literally, it's me versus me. So when I get a game day and date and play and beat it and love it and enjoy it, cool. But I could have waited to get it a year later or months later on GameFly, right? On the same platform. But I chose not to. So I think it's the same thing. I'm not going to knock anybody who gets the games later on, because you could have bought a PlayStation 5, or you could have bought an Xbox, or you could have, well, you can't say that for Xbox because you play the games on anything now, but you could have bought a PlayStation 5, but you chose not to. So you got the game later, cool. I don't think Sony needs to bend their strategy, because if they want to give the game to people who didn't get to play it because they didn't want to buy a PlayStation, cool. Your elite fans got to play it before anybody anyway, and you made that money, and now you're gonna make money again. I think it's a perfect strategy if PlayStation even started to go to Xbox.
Well, I recently talked about that, where I said in my latest video, where basically the plan for Sony, it sounds like, is release game on PlayStation. A year later, release it on PC and Xbox, and then, dust their hands off, like, okay, now we're done releasing it until we have to do a remaster in 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's not a bad strategy if you think of the money aspect. If you think of, you want to play nice with the industry and let other people get to play your games. But it would have to be a game where you feel, okay, I'm not making much money on it. If it can't be a game like, if somebody buy a new console, that's definitely a game they're going to buy. Then it's like, okay, no, we still need to make that game priority, because then technically somebody might not buy my console and get it somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? But it has to definitely be a game like, listen, we're no longer making money on this game. We barely make sales on this game. This game trickles in, and they did the research. Like they said, they're going to hire somebody to do that research. What games make sense to go on other platforms? And that, in a nutshell, you do that, it's a perfect world,
It's a perfect world. Sorry.
Ooh, BG.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think I think me and JD had that argument one time. Like why should PlayStation shouldn't bring their games like to other platforms, and I said they will because they need the money, or they want to see better profits.
When you
guess
need
what?
more money, the bullshit walks.
And Helldivers came like a couple months after that argument that we had.
You know what's crazy, Maker? Being that you said that, I'm curious to hear what JD said himself. So coming in right now is none other than JD. JD, so you hear Maker on here saying that he told you that PlayStation will bring their games elsewhere. What do you got to say about that?
JD's been waiting for like 10 minutes back there. Cowboys like, boom, JD's here.
Facts, man. What's up, everybody? What's good? Yo.
Much.
Yeah. As far as like Helldivers or whatever, we knew that was coming over because that was part of the multiplayer, man. So Maker don't really get a whole point, man, because that was already
now we're swapping to
plan.
Multiplayer. It's okay because it's multiplayer. What happens when a single player comes?
Well, they said it was going to do live service games, was going to go over to PC and off of the PlayStation console, and they also said that it was going to time out single player games coming over. So as far as they coming to Xbox, though, see now we're talking about like Xbox.
Did they hold up? Did they actually say? I don't think they just did. They only spelled out multiplayer.
No, the Sony themselves has not come out and said anything yet. The most they have said is Helldivers is coming to Xbox.
Well,
and maybe they'll start putting their multiplayer games on Xbox.
I'm talking about the job posting.
The job posting is
no.
They said they already been doing that.
He's talking about the earnings call thingy. My thing is, the one thing the PlayStation fans are completely ignoring is the fact that PlayStation, they said they will explore every and any option there. And I think that doesn't just mean moving the console making to the US. I think that includes putting games elsewhere.
Well, listen, why not get it from the horse's mouth? Because here is the actual job.
Here is Xbox's CEO, Phil Spencer.
Yeah, right. It's Phil coming back. So, here's
the day Cowboy gets that kind of pull. Today I'm gonna fucking be like, what the hell?
Dude, it might happen. I might just call him real quick, But when you see this is the actual job posting right here. I don't think it really says, right? Does it say?
It doesn't really say anything, but it says something.
But what's obvious to the visual perspective is that Xbox and PlayStation had a meeting saying, okay, it's time to share the exclusives, but we're the alpha and you're going to be the B and you're going to do it first, Xbox. And like, that's what we see. What I see from my perspective.
No, I think what happened is Phil Spencer, Sony executives held hands and they started singing "Kumbaya, my lord."
Well, so what I think, my not that I know, not that any of us know, but my perspective on it would be if they had a meeting, right? That it was one of the things where Phil Spencer came to PlayStation and said, "Listen." It's kind of what he said to the world, right? We've lost the most important console war or race, whatever you want to call it, and we're now going to decide to put our games everywhere. So if you guys have games you would like to bring over here, we will be open to it, and they could be limited to whatever you like. I think PlayStation decided, you know what? That's not a bad idea. our fans will flip. But at the end of the day, if we could do games that won't hurt us, and again, like I always say, they console supremacy. That's what PlayStation like to do. They want to show that this is a PlayStation and the greatest experience is here. So how do we not jeopardize that? Well, you make games that's already been on a platform, and you can show, again, this is what this guy, whoever's going to get this job would do. You could show to the, the board holders, not us, but you could show that these are games that's not making much money anymore. Sure, somebody might go to GameStop and buy, an old game of, old copy of God of War. Not saying God of War be one of the ones to go, but I'm just saying I speculate Sony realized, why not, multiplayers again? Remember, I think it's all like in the writing, right? They did a couple months ago, hey, we're now going to look at game sales. We're going to look at game, what is the terminology they use? We're going to look at activity or engagement, right? So if you get something like a multiplayer game, the engagement would be best to be everywhere, right? You get something, but the other games, the tentpole games, as people like to call it now, those games is like, of course those games should be here, because if you go 2 months ago, they also came on record and say, we do not plan on changing our tentpole games, you want to call it that, to come to PlayStation first. So I feel like if you listen to what they just said months ago, it's almost like you could read between the lines. Again, I'm just assuming you could read between the lines of like, hey, multiplayer games wouldn't harm our brand at all. Flagship games would harm our brand. That's why they're not going anywhere for some time, if they go at all. And I mean, that's my educated guess.
Yeah. If you look at it, yeah, I was going to say from like a timeline perspective, you can see where they said we're going to be releasing them at a timed cadence. Now we're going to be releasing our multiplayer titles day and date on PC. Right. Or like it's a progression, and we're seeing them expand outward and trying to make more profit, make more money.
Yeah. JD, what you going to say?
I think Shinobi 602, who covers like PlayStation news or whatever, was basically saying that posting was like they already that multi-platform job listing is related to live service games and projects such as Lego Horizon and smaller spin-off titles.
You know what's
This is something they already had in place. It's just like somebody left.
I have to head out to dinner, but I want to say that I think it's going to be crazy when that just becomes an AI prompt, and it creates an AI bot to do that job, and like they don't even need people. Like that job listing just becomes a prompt.
I mean, here's what's crazy. So I'm gonna do this live. So here, let me do something live real quick. So recently, recently I've been having a lot of fun with my AI, right? So everybody's been talking about AI lately, right? And I never really got too into it. I was using AI on my text, right? Like just the text message, and I'll access certain stuff, blah blah blah, right? And so then I was like, it would be cool if you could talk to it and it talk back. And I'm talking about Gemini, right? And so I said, Gemini, is there a way? But then somebody told me it costs money. So I was like, oh, well, it costs money. I'm not paying for it. So I asked Gemini, is there a way to talk to you? And he was like, yeah, sure. You just go and download the Gemini app. And I was like, but how much does it cost? He said, it's free. I was like, wait, what? So AI told me it's free. So I'm going to pull up my AI, Gemini. And this is just, hold on, I'll put it to the, I don't know what microphone my phone is using, but hey, Gemini, which console do you think is better, Xbox or PlayStation?
That's a tough one. Both consoles have their strengths. Xbox has Game Pass, which is a great value, and PlayStation has some amazing exclusive titles. It really comes down to personal preference and what kind of games you like to play.
All right, let me ask you this, Gemini. Do you like God of War more than Halo?
That's a tough one. Both God of War and Halo are iconic franchises with dedicated fan bases. God of War offers a more cinematic and story-driven experience, while Halo is known for its fast-paced competitive multiplayer. It really depends on what kind of gameplay and story you prefer.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you think Maker Chaos, who is going to the UK next week, do you think his plane is going to crash?
I can't predict the future, so I can't say whether Maker Chaos's plane will crash. However, flying is generally very safe.
All right, so we're just going to assume that Maker's going to be fine. But what about this? Gemini, do you think Rudiggs is the king of the North and he is the leader of the White Walkers?
In the Game of Thrones universe, the Night King is the leader of the White Walkers, not Rudiggs. Rudiggs is a character from the show, but he's not associated with the White Walkers or the Night King.
Whoa, Rudiggs on the show? All right, so thank you, Gemini. I appreciate it.
Well, he's the king of the North, though. Rudiggs will always be the king of the North.
Let me know if you have any more questions.
Will do later. So anyway, right? So Rudiggs got a point, right? If they just want to have a job that's going to simply find out, like, oh, what's better, what's not. Like, I'm literally my wife's cousin came with her 2 kids, right? And Rudiggs got to go soon. So my wife's cousin came with her 2 kids, and her daughter is this. She's 10 years old. She go on and on and on. So I was like, and she asked me all these questions, like, you know what? I said, hey, Giselle, I got something you should check out. It's my AI. And she literally was talking, and I fell asleep while she was going back and forth with the AI. When I woke up, she's like, oh, here. And then I went to her mom, right? And I said, you need to get Giselle AI. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, meet my friend Gemini. I said, Gemini, this is Giselle mom. And literally, it was like, oh, it was nice talking to her and how she loved Taylor Swift. And it was reciting the things they had a conversation about. So as long as you don't close out of it, it'll keep track of everything you talked about. It's crazy. So Rudiggs got a point, I think, that the future could be, AI could definitely be used in, more powerful ways than we think. Because it's kind of crazy.
That's what Microsoft is doing already.
Yeah, and you guys don't realize, but like AI is actually going to be really bad for the long term of us as our human race.
Well, I mean, we've all seen the Terminator movies, and I guess.
Well, so I don't know. You talk about Terminator. I'm talking like the environmental effects, like how many of these fucking trees and all that shit they're tearing down.
Dude, we've been tearing down trees since.
Okay, well, I was more talking about the electrical grid. For some reason, I brought up trees.
I'm more concerned with the loss of jobs that it's going to cause.
Yeah, I thought you was going to say that. That makes more sense. But but you know the thing is though, the loss of jobs is just it is what it is. When I worked at a market research company, technology got so good that we used to be the people when you call in, we actually did the surveys, wrote it on a piece of paper, right? And I was there so long that then we started using the caddy system where you didn't write it on a piece of paper, you put it in computers. And then they said one day, listen, we're shutting down the phone room. We was like, what? It was like, yeah, so if we'll try to find you guys other jobs, but we're getting rid of the phone room. We was like, well, who's gonna do the surveys with the doctors? They was like, they're gonna do them themselves. We was like, what? They're like, yeah, we're just gonna fax them an invitation with a passcode. They're gonna go online and do it themselves. I was like, damn, I literally watch humans get replaced by the computers. And that was my job, right? And so then I became an administrative assistant. But at the end of the day, that happened like, I don't know, that was what, like 15 years ago that happened to me. So listen, technology is always gonna improve. And it's always going to cost people their job. So if that's what you hold in and say, no, don't use AI. The people who are making AI, they want to see AI succeed and do all these things that humans can do, but it can do better. And they're not going to stop worrying about somebody's job. So if you think that, I don't know.
Just got to stop being lazy. Just got to stop being lazy and do the work. You know what I'm saying? Learn about AI, learn how to use it to your advantage, learn how to use these tools. That's what all these things are. These are just tools that we need to learn how to use and use it to our advantage to create new jobs and to fill those roles and come out with ideas that nobody else have ever thought about. So
and I think to your point too, when you first said people being lazy, you know what's crazy? If we didn't have so a lot of jobs, let's say customer service, right? Like my job, you have like a certain you get they score you on certain things, right? Every so often, and you see who's the top person in the company, blah blah blah. like if everybody wasn't lazy or just hitting things out of the park or had a better understanding or whatever, which, you know, sometimes you're asking a lot for certain people, maybe they don't match themselves up with the right job. But if you know that AI could do that and more, it's kind of like, how do you not use it? You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
If you're being real.
I think the main thing that makes AI so dangerous is how versatile it is and how many different job opportunities it's going to change. Like once you get AI down for self-driving cars, then you're going to have like the whole taxi system is going to be run by AI. You're going to have the truckers all run by AI. You're going to have like these are all like massive jobs that are just then going to be eliminated due to progression in AI. That's the danger.
Right. Well, that's like saying like the danger for like, you know, the Industrial Revolution, like how many jobs is still left over from that time. Like
But if people
like
still needed to
think
work
that-
those, but
my
now
thing
we're
is
getting to an age where a lot of it doesn't need people there to manage it. Now, like one person can manage a whole room type deal. Like it's eliminating more jobs than it was even in the Industrial Revolution.
So let me
it's
ask you a
actually
question.
giving you hold on real quick, Cowboy. I think that is actually giving a lot of people, affording a lot of people that have ideas and creativity to actually create new things. Because if you think about it, to this country, we talk about capitalism, we talking about they pay you to own a business here, right? They give you money, you can get loans to own a business, run a business, get tax write-off for all of that stuff. And so the opportunity in America is to create a business. And so we start learning to how to tap into our creativity and to start using that to create business. Now you can create jobs. You can create jobs with less of the middleman, less of the hurdles. Back in the day, you had to go, certain people had to go to the bank and, you know, get discriminated against and all these things, can't get along, can't do this. With AI and all this stuff, a lot of that stuff is removed and gives a lot of people the opportunities, kind of like we were setting to having a almost like a fair playground. Like, okay, there's no man really stopping me from creating a business.
The problem I have is I mean you could technically create a business. The problem is with AI is it's going to eliminate a lot of, I guess, lower end jobs. Like I can see, like as I said before, specifically with driving in particular, once AI can manage and drive by itself, that's going to eliminate taxi service, garbage can drivers. It's going to, like, these are massive industries that a lot of people rely on, like if they don't have like college educations and stuff of that nature, and that could have put a lot of, like, it could cause a lot of homelessness for a lot of people.
Here's my thing. Were you worrying about when I told the story of how they got? Well, you probably was laughing.
Your bike messed up.
I'm me personally, I'm not as worried about it because I am in the IT field, but I do worry for people in those industries, in those businesses, because it's not as simple as, well, then they take like maybe a robot repair job. Well, now a lot of that stuff's automated or managed by big corporations, and it's
no one's thinking about the stress this is doing to the electrical
hold
grid,
up,
though.
real quick. Is my mic working now?
Yes.
Man, listen, this is why I can't stand. This is why I can't be a PC gamer. Like, dude, one mic works, then it stopped working. This was the mic that wasn't working, now it's working. Like, anyway, but my thing is this. So what I don't want to call it fake outrage, but I feel like people have concerns, but do they? Because the same thing I just told you, when my job, computers was able to do the job because you were able to do a survey on your own. Remember back in the day, again, I'm a little older than y'all, but I remember people used to walk around in the malls with little clipboards and like do a survey live, right? No one's doing that because you just go online to a website, right? So the history is about progression and moving forward. Yeah. Imagine a guy saying, man, I don't want them to make the automobile because nobody's going to ride my horses anymore. You'd be like, what? So I hear what you're saying, but if you just take yourself out of right now in 2025 and worrying about, and again, it sounds selfish, But I've always been, and it's just me. I've always been into progression, right? I've always been into like the future. I want to see us do more, right? So if AI is going to help us do more, what is the sacrifice? Then yes, some jobs are going to go, but that's on the individual company. There's probably going to be some companies like, look, we're going to still have human garbage workers. We don't want to use the machines. There's going to be people that's going to revolt and say we don't want it. But it's up to that job and who's the owner to say, oh, we're gonna use AI, this new AI thing. We want to go in that direction, right? Not everybody will. So yeah, there's always going to be. But if you worry, again, this sounds very insensitive, but if you worry about who's losing their jobs, we're never gonna move forward. Period. Right? We're just gonna be like, well, you know what? Somebody can use their job at this. Then stop. Hey, what are you doing working on a microwave? We don't need a microwave because now people are not gonna cook. Yeah, but you know, it's for every invention, there's gonna be people gonna lose jobs. But that invention was made also, you ready for this? On the other side, for consumers to be like, hey, I can sit back and put my hands up. Or the JD is talking about the business people or entrepreneurs. So there's definitely cons to progression, but the word progression should be a positive. And at the end of the day, like, do we say right now in 2025, we don't want AI, but your kids, if you have any, the AI might make their world really beneficial or their grandkids. But if they be like, we still riding horses because some idiot didn't want the automobile, and over in Germany, they got, I'm just making, let's say you get a country that's like a little third world, when we use the term third world country, you get a country that's like, we don't want to progress. We want our horses. And then, years later, you have somebody, grandkids, and they move out, right? And they're like, yo, we got cars. My country, they don't have cars. Like, well, what did they have? They still got horses. Like, what? Yeah, because some idiot was like, 30 years ago, was like, yeah, we don't want to have cars. We don't want to get rid of the horseback riders. They're going to lose their jobs, or, what I'm saying? Just if you think of it that way, you'd be like, oh, wow, Anyway, that's
and last thing, if you really think about it, like people that are losing their jobs or possibly losing their jobs over the AI, like these somewhat gig / low minimum wage, like I see people that are working them and they still can't afford rent. So even though the gig is there, it doesn't mean that they're thriving and surviving.
Nope.
Just because you have that low minimum wage job or that gig. So that's the least of our concerns.
Dude, we
of
have
progression.
some serious fucking concerns in this country when it comes to sustainability of jobs, to how much everything's costing. I mean, Jesus Christ, do you know how much it costs to rent an apartment? Just a 1-bedroom apartment in Washington State alone? It's like, Jesus. And it's like, you can never make enough.
My stepson had, when we was moving, all the kids had to move out because we were selling the house. So my son decided to rent an apartment. Now, his apartment was like luxury, right? He moved in this place called Luxury, blah, blah, blah. And this is New Jersey, in Burlington area, right? So his rent was $1,870, I think, right? So my stepson, my wife's son, he decided, I'm going to go to Philly and get a cheap apartment, right? So he was paying $1,200 a month, right? And so my son was living in like the big building. It's a brand new development, right? My stepson was pretty much renting like, a second floor of a house, pretty much, right? It got a bathroom, everything, 2 bedrooms, right? So he decided, you know what? Let me move back to New Jersey because I don't like the neighborhood over there. And now his rent is 18 something. And then my son, this is all a year later. Remember, a year ago they moved out because we was moving to Florida. Now my son decided he moved from the place he's at, the 1,800, everything's brand new. Now he's renting a house for 2,500, and it's like, yo, it's crazy. But guess what? Listen, it's up to you, your income. At the end of the day, nobody can tell you what you can't do. You know what you can and can't do, and the world's always going to have its negatives. But if we stop with the word progress, or the future isn't the future. You know what I mean? Like, why stay stagnant? Now, again, yes, Maker is right. AI is going to get to the point where people are going to lose jobs, but that's always been a thing in the history of the world. Like, progress is taking your job, and you're going to have to do something else. And that's just
it also can be dangerous if it's not regulated, or if it's Like, because as we can see, certain things do need regulation. Otherwise, things get out of hand, and it can cause trouble.
Yeah, that's like me moving
Yeah,
from
of
New
course.
Jersey to Florida and porn I can't even stream to my TV.
Yeah.
Bro, what regulation is that?
Yeah.
But again,
Some of
somebody
it's
else said
over-regulation.
it should be
They're trying to
regulated.
protect you, cowboy, because they're worried about little Timmy discovering naughty things on streaming services.
We
There's
don't
a
have no
balance.
damn little Timmy in my house, but I get it.
Yeah, any tool
Yeah, I'm
is
gonna say
can be
it
used.
once. I'm gonna
Man.
say it 100 times. Fuck little Timmy.
All right. Go ahead, JD.
Man, any tool that we get can be used for good, evil, whatever.
Yep.
Everything has to be regulated, and it depends on what tool falls in the hands of the corporation and the person. And we always have to deal with that in any type of form: TV, entertainment, video games, AI, cell phones,
Doesn't matter. Yep.
rental. It really doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? What really matters at the end of the day, man, is that people recognize that the world continues to change and evolve, and you have to be ahead of the curve, and you have to put yourself in a position to be ready when changes are coming about to so that you can move on from the old to the new.
You know what I think, JD? I think what's worse, JD, I just literally see you and me having a some type of talk show because we're vibing. I think what's worse is the word fear. I think I have a lot of times where I remember I wanted to move to Florida, and people's like, "Bro, what if you move and what if you can't? Well, I already had a job. What if your wife can't find a job, or what if you can't find a house?" I said, you know what I said? I said, dude, I never work good off fear. I don't let somebody else's fear put fear on me, right? I don't allow fear to dictate should I live, pretty much, essentially, right? So I think what Maker's saying is just a lot of fear. Yes. Now, there's good reasons to be cautious, but you can't let the world put fear and subject fear to you, because progression for me is the future. So we can't, yes, things should be regulated. JD easily said, things should be regulated, right? Just like Maker was saying. Maker was saying more in a fearful way, like, you just know, if things ain't regulated, that just goes with, whoever came up with the firecracker, right? I'm sure somebody blew their hand off, but at the end of the day, I guess we can't hold that in our hand now. But, it's just you can't allow fear to stop you from living your life. So let the world be the world, but you be smart, what JD was saying, right? And just know what's coming. Try to be a step of the curve. And again, this easy said than done. I know a lot of people, AI, when it does roll around, again, AI might not even get that great to, y'all are my age, or we are older, or who knows, right? So again, we're fearing that instead of putting that fear out there, like, oh, people will lose jobs, AI probably going to get to the point where people lose their jobs maybe like 30 years from now. We'll be like, oh, remember when we were talking about AI taking jobs? But I think that's a big thing, man. People allow fear to dictate their lifestyle. So
sorry to sidetrack for a second, but Christina Applegate, the girl play Kelly Bundy from Married with Children, apparently she's now in the hospital. There's been an infection that's gone to both her kidneys. Holy shit! Hope she recovers.
So she was doing pretty bad before. She had a thing where she was on the what's the walk when you walk up with you got your footprints or whatever in California? The
Walk of Fame.
Yeah, the one, I don't know, that's not what it's called, right? It's like that street that got anyway, she was doing a thing where she was doing really bad. Like they had to help her actually walk up. So I know her health was pretty bad, but that's kind of messed up.
I didn't know that, man. Jeez. I hope she does good.
She was one of my crushes as a kid, man.
Dude, she was everyone's crush in the 90s. I mean, come on, that wild hair. Damn.
Just saying. Anyway, but now, what's cool is it's great to talk gaming. It's hard for me to have non-gaming conversations because people always revert it back to gaming, because I've always made it clear I love non-gaming stuff. I love gaming too. It's my passion. But I love when we think outside the box. And so this for me is great, just having this conversation that stemmed from gaming, but it went way left. And so I thank you guys for being a part of this. It's been kind of cool. I would love to have more talk.
Nobody worried about the alien.
Nobody's worried about the aliens. Now, you're the only person I even know that's been making a big deal about the aliens. I mean, I'll look more into it. I'll watch that video in its entirety. Probably
If aliens are coming to this planet and they see what we're doing to each other, if they're actually smart, they just avoid us at all costs. Like, if that's what they're doing to each other, imagine what they're gonna do to us.
Well, I think people always think they're a super intelligent race and they have more,
Where's the med TBG? If they even come close to here, you know damn well Trump's gonna try to nuke them or shoot at them or something.
They're so gross. They're so
war.
disgusting. It's time to nuke them. Wait, I thought they were the illegal aliens.
Hey, someone need to come out with a. Someone need to come out with a movie where we're smarter than the aliens, man.
It'd be. I mean, I think we always think aliens because they would be theoretically coming in a spacecraft should be more intelligent than us, but who knows, right?
Maybe they just some dumb aliens.
They're already showing that they're smarter than us. They're like, look at these idiots thinking our ship is a comet.
Oh shit! I guess it's actually been confirmed. It's been confirmed. The Green Ranger will be in Fortnite. I'm buying the fucking Green Ranger skin. Hell yeah, I'm buying that.
That's dope. Man, you gotta try. Y'all guys gotta try this Blitz mode in Fortnite. It is, dude. That's all I've been thinking about all
day. You sitting there eating grilled cheese, thinking about Fortnite.
Actually, I'm about to eat my seafood. So, yeah, I think for me, man, the show's kind of a wrap right now. Because I gotta come back on here and stream Prince of Persia. What was that one called? Prince of Persia.
Lost Crown.
Lost Crown.
Yeah, so I know it came out last year, but I'm playing it now for the first time. So I'm gonna do my first impression stream.
Game came out last year. Studio shuts down this year.
Yeah.
I was actually planning to play that on my flight to Europe.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
you guys
pretty cool.
have good night. I got
of
my
it.
headphones on the charger.
Played a little bit of it. It's pretty cool.
I got it for Christmas on the Switch.
Okay, nice. And so
And Cowboy
did you get a Switch too?
I don't. My brother has the Switch too.
Okay, got it. What you gonna say, JD?
Hey, real quick question. You see the WWE for the Switch too?
Yeah, you know what? I got a better story. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Bro, we're watching the wrestling. We're watching SummerSlam. Literally Saturday night. I told you, my wife's cousin and her kids are down here. Her son is 12 years old. Innocent. We're watching SummerSlam. They showed a trailer for WWE 2K 2025 on the Switch 2. This kid is 12 years old. He goes, why does it look like that? Yo. Hey, yo. I was like, you can't make this up, bro.
He said, "How does it look?"
He was like, why does it look like that? I was like, you know what, man? It's on the Switch too. He's not getting teraflops, and he just think a video game console, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, I was cracking
That's
up.
crazy. That's crazy.
That's kids.
Hey, listen, there was all that honesty. He was like, what? And the funniest thing is, because earlier that day he was playing mine on the PlayStation 5 because he never played it before. So he kept saying like, "Oh, can I play your WWE?" So I was like, "Cool, I'll let you play it." So they came on Friday. He played it that morning, and that night they showed a trailer. He's like, "Why does it look like that?" Oh man! But I mean, listen.
You should have told him it's in handheld mode.
Yeah, listen, it's some handheld mode, man. What do you expect? Come on now. It's not gonna have the graphics of a PlayStation 5 on a handheld.
Oh man.
Oh man, good times. Good times.
All right.
But it's people though that like TK9. He goes on and on about the Switch and it drives me crazy. Because he's like, bro, the Switch is amazing and it's great and it's this and that. I'm like, yo, I'm not listen, if you like it, cool. But now when you start saying the graphics is comparable to PlayStation 5. It's like, and it's just like, what? I don't know.
Yeah, people think the Switch is like this JRP machine, and I'm just like, how? They don't have all the JRPGs. So as soon as PlayStation comes out with the handheld, that's going to be the JRPG machine right there outside of the Steam Deck.
I mean, they got Xenoblade Chronicles. That is a classic JRPG.
Yeah, but you can't play like all like there's like the whole series, like all the Tales of series is not on the Switch. You know what I'm saying? So unless they bring the whole catalog to the Switch too, I'd be like, all right, cool.
Now,
I can
here's what's
see
crazy.
that.
So here's what's crazy. Purple was streaming on Thursday, right? And I said my issue with the Switch is my same issue with Cloud. And she said, "What's that?" I said, "If I seen a cool trailer, I couldn't say yes, this game is coming to the Switch. I would have to be like, I don't know. I'm gonna cross my fingers, right?" And that's my thing. Third-party support isn't like on a PlayStation or Xbox, right? If you see a trailer, you just, for the most part, like it's coming, right? You don't even have to like think about it, right? Now there's some cool games. Very few times there's a cool game that's gonna only be on PC, but I can't tell you what one. Well, I know that one game, Morbid something, looks really cool, and I always just see it say the wish list for PC. But apparently that's made by Ubisoft, so I would like to think that's gonna come to console as well. But yeah, that's my problem with the Switch. I couldn't. Now granted, if you was just gonna buy it and say, "Hey, this is just for me playing games on the go," it definitely has its place, right? And it definitely could be somebody's main thing, right? It's like when I used to say for people with Stadia, a lot of Stadia fans, they didn't care what they played, so they was like, "Bro, I'm a gamer and I just like video games, so I just get something that's convenient, and you just bring games to me, and it's cool." So if a game doesn't go to certain, it was times where games didn't go to Stadia, people was like, I don't care about the game anyway. I'm like, bro, you don't care about no game. So I feel like, if you have that mentality with the Switch, you could kind of be like, cool. Now, maybe you own the Switch and other stuff, so you're like, well, I don't care if something doesn't come to the Switch, because I'll just get it on my PlayStation, my Xbox, or PC. Yeah. Anyway.
For me, my thing is for me personally, like you said, everybody has their own thing.
Yep.
What would keep me from having a Switch as my main console of choice is the game library, like we talked about, and trophy and some type of achievement trophy system support.
Okay.
Those are like the two main primary things. But yeah, I do love the Switch too. I've been playing it, playing with it. I love I love Nintendo stuff. Their exclusive Mario games, the Donkey Kong and the Mario Kart work, like all that stuff is cool. Yeah, Donkey Kong is dope. So I love it. I want to have it. It's going to be my second primary system. But once that PlayStation handheld comes out, my Switch is going to be basically a Nintendo exclusive machine.
Yeah. And I think what's cool is you're being so honest, right? You're just like, I like it. It has its limitations, And I think what's cool too is, so for me, I've never been into trophies or achievements. So what your gripe with it isn't my gripe, Now we do share the same gripe, which is one gripe we share the same is, the lack of support, right? So I think what's cool is just being like no one's getting paid for this stuff, right? Saying all this, no one's like. So we don't need to it's kind of crazy when you see content creators and they make up stuff, or they feel like they got to back it up so much. It's like, yeah, we all have fun. We all have tribalism. Like if you like your sports team, you're going to want them to win. But I don't think that should stop you from truth, right? So you speaking honesty over something you like, that's a gamble for me. Like I don't want to be the guy like, oh, I like this game more than that game. So I love that the graphics, I love that it's only 30 frames per second. But like, bro, I thought you just said you love 60 and you only want 60 in games. I do, but this game,
You sit there playing a 30 FPS game. Your monitor, half of their monitors don't even go 120. You know what I'm saying? So,
listen.
So
what you gonna say, Maker?
Yeah. I kind of wanted to ask JD about this. Like, what do you think about them making both the handheld and the console? Do you think it's gonna have any repercussions for doing both?
I think that repercussion will be like between the Portal and the handheld, more so them having a home console and a handheld console, because you created an accessory for the PlayStation 5, but now you're coming out with a handheld console that can do probably more. It's going to do more than what the Portal do, and probably even do some game streaming on it. to be honest with you. So now those customers are going to be upset.
Well, a
And I
lot
think
of the
that's
well, a lot of
Mhm.
the leaks are saying that it's gonna like act as its own console. So like having the two different versions, both the lower end with the handheld, and then having the main console being more powerful. You don't think that, like, because Xbox just did that with the Series S and X.
I
They
was
wanted
gonna
to,
say, so that's pretty much what we're saying. It's gonna be something that's gonna be like you pretty much are gonna have like an S and an X. The
yeah.
handheld would be the S, and the console would be the X. Now,
For
wait,
me,
before you say that,
for
can I
me,
ask you this? Or so you
at least that's the
just so you
rumor
guys can
currently.
clue me in. Oh wait, just so you guys can clue me in, so I can be on the same page. Is this saying that their leaks are that Sony's gonna have a PS5 type handheld that could play PS5 games? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah. Well, I think it was supposed to be around as powerful as the PS5 for the handheld. I think the leaks were recently saying.
Okay.
Right, and it's backwards compatibility with the PS4 and PS5, seemingly saying that it could run PS6 games,
Yeah.
but not at the
But we don't know.
graphical level. But
We
we
don't
don't
know
know.
the
And then
full.
it says that you can hook it up kind of like a switch, so you can like probably plug it in and to some type of docking station, and it'll run on the TV or something.
Yeah.
So we have to kind of really see what that looks like. And they said it's costs around like $400 to $500, around the same price as the PS6.
So
So
the biggest question is if you bought a game on your PlayStation 5 and you downloaded it, can you play that set? Because I see where Maker is going, and I agree with. Well, Maker didn't go. Well, Maker asked you a question, but I see where Maker was going, and I agree. So the question is, can you buy a game on your PS5, download it, and also download that game on your handheld and don't have to pay for it again? That is the question. Because if I could just use this, then and dock it to my TV monitor, then I don't need a PS5, and that will take sales from the PS5 because essentially it would be a Switch, and so that's why Nintendo only has a Switch, right? So
right,
and then later on they came out with, I don't know, isn't there only a Switch that can't be docked? I don't know if that was the thing.
It's also repercussions like the Series S and X. Do then the developers, like if more significant people are using the handheld to play their PS6 games, are they gonna then like have to focus more to optimize games for the handheld so that it can be played on both? Like, and how will that affect? Like, that's what I'm curious about currently.
I hear what you're saying as well. We will really have to see more, and it'll probably depend on the type of gamer, like what type of gamer you are. Are you primary like a handheld person mostly versus a home person versus those people that just like the portal type situation? So for me, as long as they keep the same store,
Okay.
right? Like you said, Cowboy. As long as there's one general store, and Sony did this before with the Vita. It was the Vita and the PS4. If you had a game on the, well, they was kind of separate, but if you still brought,
Yeah, I
if
was
that
about to
game
say,
was
nah,
compatible,
it wasn't the same
yeah,
thing.
it was separate. But if you brought one game on one platform, you could still play on the other platform. So if they still have that ability to do that, as long as the ability is there. Like, okay, if I brought it on the handheld and it works on the PS6 and I can play it on the PS6 and I can play it on the PS5, I'll be cool.
Yeah, because I think you could sell it. I think you'll sell it as the way Xbox should have marketed it, right? Xbox said, "Oh, this was going to do everything that all the games are going to be exactly the same, blah blah blah," right? So the thing is, you have to be like, "Listen, this device has its limitations, and the games may have its limitations as well." So it'll make you be like for instance, right? Why buy a PS4 why buy a PS5 over a PS4? Well, obviously the PS5 is going to have games that the PS4 isn't going to get, so you know that. Obviously the PS5 is going to have better graphics, so you know that. So you know there's a reason to step up. If they marketing it like that, so to be on you, the individual. So you can't be like, oh man, I bought the handheld and I didn't buy a PlayStation 6 or 5. that what Sony needs to do is give you a reason to still purchase everything. Like the Portal, you still need a PS5, right? Yeah, you could just do the now with cloud gaming, but you still need like they always make sure you kind of still need the console. And I get what Maker was saying, because technically you wouldn't need the console. So we have to, like you said, JD, we have to see where it's going to go. But I think even if you didn't need the console, it should be clear that, oh, but there's going to be things you can't do on that thing that the console could do. And long as you know that, it might make you buy the console. And if you don't, then that just means you wasn't that serious to get the console anyway, even though you would have been forced to get it because if you're in the PlayStation ecosystem. But either way, if they could get your money, you know, I think I agree with Maker. It will be competition. Like I always said, if you can, and it showed for me when we was in Stadia and we was all thinking, okay, if we didn't do Stadia, and where will we go? And I was like, there's no way PlayStation would allow their PlayStation 5 games on cloud, because then they'll be competing with themselves. And so what ended up happening with, you end up seeing what happening with Xbox, with me personally, is I didn't ever bought an X. This is the first Xbox I haven't bought. Why? Because I became a cloud gamer and I realized, well, you got xCloud. I don't need to buy an Xbox. Why?
Right.
You know, so it took their sale, because I would have eventually bought an Xbox. I had owned every Xbox till now and never bought this one because xCloud. I just don't need to. So, you know, that's kind
I agree with you. I agree with you. They need to market the handheld like a Switch, like whatever the Switch component was. Like, hey, the PlayStation 6 is going to handle this type of game, this type of graphic, whatever they're aiming to achieve with the graphics and all of that stuff. You're going to be able to do that, have this, you know, beefy PlayStation 6 home console. It's going to be able to do all this amazing stuff. But if you're not into that and you're more into a portable experience, we have that for you in the form of a handheld. And you can still, and if you want to hook it up to a TV, we have that option as well. Though you won't probably get like the upscaling or something like that. Whatever the PlayStation 6, you're not going to reach those levels. But hey, you can play your library PlayStation 6 all the way to PlayStation 4, and you know your classic games through PlayStation Cloud. They would have to really just position it as such.
Yeah, because I think somebody has to pay attention to what happened to Xbox. You know, the whole you know, what did he call it? The parity clause, right? You have to just say, look, this is not the same thing.
Yeah, I'm curious if they're gonna do that or not, or is it going to be like they're gonna try and keep the same modes, like a 30 FPS mode and a 60 FPS mode on both, or because I don't know if they'll do the same thing Xbox did, where they released those 30 FPS games on both. So I'm curious to see how they do it, or if it's going to make developers work more, because then now they have to optimize for two different systems.
Right.
Because they have to go against the PlayStation 5. So the PlayStation 6 has to be more powerful than the PlayStation 5 Pro, right? But it can't cost more than the PlayStation 5 Pro. And the handheld, like you said, Baker, the handheld has to be in alignment where the developers aren't, you know, there's more development costs. We already know that, you know, development costs in gaming is on the rise and everything like that. So it would benefit them to say, hey, you get one version of this game, or, you know, one store, and whatever game comes out on the PlayStation 6, if it's playable on the PS5, it's playable on the handheld.
Yeah, I mean, it that's simple. Like, you know,
will it only play like that's the curious thing? Like, is it only going to play mostly those PS5 games, or will it also play PS6 exclusives? Like that's another one.
Yeah, that's the question. We don't know.
Yeah, we'll find out. Yeah, we'll find out.
So I think what would be cool, and what's going on, Holtz is in the building. I think what would be cool, and this might be kind of messed up, is if you just be honest and you don't try to kill these developers. Just say, listen, this is technically a handheld PlayStation 5. There might be games in the future on a PlayStation 6 that will not be able to be compatible with this. If you just put that out front, let people know, because that might be the difference between you buying a PlayStation 6 and buying this thing, or just waiting for a PlayStation 6. At the end of the day, like, don't try to be everywhere, because that just, like, you see what happened with Xbox. They was losing games because developers like, dude, you're trying to make me make a version for both, and I really want to just make a version for this. And,
Yeah.
but that's because they told their player base that everything's going to be the same, and that was the problem, I think.
Yeah, and I worry that if they do market saying, hey, you can even play your PS6 games on here, but have like the little asterisk that I think that could like backfire for certain people. Would probably get upset if they're like, well, I bought this thinking I could play my PS6 games on this thing, and I can't, you know.
Listen, if you say it's a portable PlayStation 5, you never said it's a portable PlayStation 6. I'm just saying.
Well, that's the thing is like it depends on what they classify it as. Like if they classify it as like it can play PS6 games, I'm just saying that.
I feel like this leak is kind of interesting. So we know the Steam Deck and all that stuff is powerful, right? But man, a portable PlayStation 5, how much is that going to cost?
They said between 400 to 500. So it's the price leaks for both the PlayStation 6. They're saying it's going to be 500. And
he said, the guy said 500 or 600. I think it's going to lean more towards 600, especially with the tariffs.
I think a PlayStation 6. So PlayStation 5 was just $499, right?
And the PlayStation 5 Pro was 700. So it can't be higher than a Pro.
I mean, it's supposed to be better than a Pro, right?
But
they're cutting
back. They're dropping some. They're doing. There's some specs in the PlayStation 6 that, like, it has less cores or whatever, but in the PlayStation 5 Pro, so they're like kind of doing some strange arrangement where it's like, I guess they don't have as many, I don't know, whatever cores, but they're able to leverage the AI and all that stuff.
Right. So instead of hardware, software.
Yeah.
You know, where that's.
But I think that's what everybody's going. Like, I mean, if they're both using AMD chips, they'll both have FSR, so they'll just use the AI upscaling that they have.
Yeah. They'll just use the upscale it, and then for the handheld, it's supposed to be a little bit more powerful than the Xbox Rogue Ally X.
Which one, the higher end one or the lower end one?
The higher end, the X.
Ooh.
Yeah, but how is that supposed to be so expensive, and it's only going to be like $400, $500? I don't see the math in, as they say.
It's just it's weird. It's weird hardware stuff.
Well, you know, it's cool. I think one of the greatest things you said is we'll have to see, right? I think when we go on and on, like, no, it's like we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It might be cheaper, higher. We'll see.
Yeah, that's I am curious about that too, because I do think some of these prices might be higher than what they are currently. I mean, there's always inflation, and also just because something gets cheaper to make doesn't necessarily mean the price is going to go down.
Right. And these leaks were older, right? These are like 2 to 3 years ago as well.
Yeah. So yeah, these are a little bit on the older side. It still could change. You know, we've got like 2 to 3 years still.
Yeah. I mean, man, that definitely sounds cool. Well, guys, I'm gonna end this stream now because I do want to come back on to stream this game. And I definitely am hungry as well. But man, JD, thanks for coming on, man. I do admire your views, and I admire your what do I want to say? I admire like your honesty, and I know you can't get with the best of them and trash talk and whatever, but I love when you're just like, we'll see, or you know, you just straight up, because I think with gamers we always have these conversations, always feel like I can't say anything to make it seem like I'm losing. I can't say anything where somebody can say take the L, but you often come to the point where you're like, dude, I don't know it all. I'm just, you know, kind of stating what I've heard. and leave it at that. So I think that is important, and I wish we could do that more often. And it don't seem like I would love to have more conversations where it's a bunch of guys who like video games and we're just talking about video games versus I'm the alpha and you're a loser and bro, ha ha ha, look at your stupid this and that. You know what I mean? Like, sure, we're guys and we got to do the bro thing sometimes, but I feel like it's cool when we just kind of have like Maker. Literally, I love what Maker did. He was going. Maker could have took it and be like, "Oh, don't you think the PlayStation gonna have problems because or I'm super concerned," or use those triggering words, and you could have been like, "What are you talking about?" But it was a really cool conversation that could have totally been different. So I do want to thank you for that, and Maker as well, because Maker can trash talk and be a troll too. We all know that, but I just feel like this was a dope conversation. This was really cool, and we all got our points across and had a great conversation. And
I'm gonna be. Oh, I was gonna say I own all the consoles. I'm gonna be getting it anyways. I'm just curious about how the whole situation is gonna play out, and I love seeing how tech changes and how I'm always following that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. What are you gonna say?
Yeah, I just appreciate, like you said, man. I appreciate the conversation, and you guys know me back in the Stadia and PlayStation podcast. Like I let anybody come on a podcast and have their talk and have their way, man. And it was heated, it was debatable, but at the end of the day, man, I'm all like, hey, go play the games that you enjoy. You know what I'm saying? We got different opinions, but I don't want it to ever take the fun of enjoyment of playing away games, man. So I enjoy when me and Maker troll, but I know he's a gamer as well.
Yeah, the dude's going to Gamescoms. I mean,
that's dope. It's gonna be experience for sure.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love your recent journey, Maker, man. It's cool. I got to meet you in person, dude. You're still the only content creator I met that came to my house. We got to hang out. I gave you your very first Stadia controller. I was shocked when you said, I never had a Stadia controller. I was like, really? So that was cool.
Yeah, I was able to beat you once or twice in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, dude, we had a ball. We had some cheesesteaks together. Maker got to eat. Well, now you live in Philly, so you probably had like 1 million cheesesteaks. But
oh yeah,
yeah. So you probably had real Philly cheesesteaks. But not the Jersey cheesesteaks. But man. Listen, I am so happy that I got in Stadia and I got to meet all you guys. We've made some legit bonds. But just I'm a more outgoing person where I used to always go out the house. I barely leave the house now. I work from home. By the time I get off, my wife's coming home. I don't really know that many people here at all. So even when I was in Jersey, this has just became my outlet. My social outlet is this. So sometimes I do love the nonsense and stuff, but sometimes I'm like, dude, I really don't want it to be about that because I'm just really coming to chat with my friends. You know what I mean? And I really just want to chat with my friends about my interests and the things I like. And so I don't want it to always be too like, listen, we got to have our control moments and our look at this and that. But I love it when we just did what we did, man. I love stuff like that. It's like, dude, we was grown adults and just really talked about our hobbies as like grown adults.
I'm actually gonna head out. I'm getting hungry. I'll catch you guys later.
Before you go, what are you gonna eat?
What I'm gonna eat? I was just gonna pick up some Taco Bell. It's late.
Okay, cool.
All right, have a good one.
Later, guys. See ya.
Yeah, all right. Later, Maker. So JD, what's been going on in your world, man? Before I end this thing, I just want to catch up with you a little bit.
Oh man, just a lot of transitions. And just trying to game when I have the ability to, but just living life.
Yeah.
Living life, man, out here in Arizona right now.
Okay.
So yeah, it's hot out here. So hey, I'll hit you up next time I'm in Florida, man. So hopefully we gotta meet up too as well.
Dude, when are you coming to Florida?
I don't know, but I'll just let you know. I normally take a lot of trips throughout the year, so I'll let you know the next time I'm back over there.
Yeah, listen, I don't care where you at in Florida, I will be coming to find you. So wherever you go, definitely give me a heads up, and I will make the trip.
Sounds good.
Yeah, man, you're definitely somebody I respect so much, and I couldn't pass up meeting you in person. You know.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Same here, man. Much respect to you and everything that you do. Just the gaming from the vlogs, just showing your life, just being honest about things, man, and just showcasing that there's more sides. You're not just one side. You're not just a one-sided person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got a lot of things that you enjoy, a lot of things that you like to do, and to showcase that, like, hey, it's okay to do more than just gaming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's crazy because I always say my channel is never going to be successful unless they change YouTube. I always tell people, don't do YouTube like me. I do it wrong because I love more than gaming. Like I just do. So when you might see a gaming video and then a movie review, you're like, what? I'm the worst thing for the algorithm is me. Like, but I don't care because I didn't come on this to make money. I came on this just to, it's my hobby and my interest, and I just sharing it with the world. And so I'm in this level where I even redid, like I got to redo my intros again, but I put like now is just saying gaming, vlogging, podcast, movie reviews, product reviews, just letting people know like this is what this is all the stuff I like to do, and this is what's on the channel. And if you like if you came here for just one thing, it's on the playlist. Just only watch that stuff. If you came here for this, just only watch that. I mean, nobody needs to watch everything, you know. Or if you're only watching one video, cool, you know. But I'm still gonna do me. You know, I have people tell me make other channels, this and that. Like, dude, I don't want to do all that. This is what I like to do. I like to turn this on and do whatever I feel like, you know.
Right.
And don't worry about like, well, you're gonna lose money. I already lost money moving from New Jersey to Florida because I used to stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I cut it back. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna move to a place where it's predominantly warm. My wife's gonna do more stuff. So I literally only stream on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Every now and then I'll do a special like Monday because of the SummerSlam. But and you know, and that costs, you know, obviously the less you do, you don't make as more. I'm like, dude, I never got into this for the money. I was doing this for 9 years before I even made a dime because I literally used to never even ask people to subscribe. And I only did it because somebody challenged me. Like, what? You're not monetized? So it's like I love just being honest and being me, man. You know, so I appreciate that. I appreciate you recognizing that.
Yeah, you're a risk taker, man, and it's not to say that you're gonna lose. Like we're all gonna lose money from doing something that we love or making an adjustment to our lives, but you take calculated risks. So you knew what the cost was before you moved. So anybody saying, "Oh, you're gonna lose money," you already counted what the cost was. You know what I'm saying? So you're okay with what the loss was for the game. You know what I'm saying? So you're the risk taker.
Yeah, man, for whatever reward, there's always going to be risk, right? But my reward, like, dude, we moved to Florida. I feel like I always say I'm I'm pre-retired. Like, we came to Florida and bought bikes. We do bike rides. Like, we're always doing stuff. And so it's like, you know, that's the reward. Like, me and my wife is like, wow. And she didn't tell me. She didn't, like, her thing was back in Jersey, like, look, as long as you give me the weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I said to her, you know what? I'm going to kill Mondays because we're wrestling fans. And my Monday show used to go long. Like right now, if this was a Monday, wrestling would have started 33 minutes ago. And so sometimes I would get off and my wife would be like, oh my God. But that's what she was cool with. So now I'm like, I don't want to do Mondays because I'm a wrestling fan. So I get to watch my wrestling. Don't want to do Thursdays. Sometimes a lot of times movies comes out on Thursdays and we're big movie fans. We like to go to movies on a Thursday. So it's like, the benefits is cool for me, you know?
Yeah, the benefits is cool. You doing what's best for you and your family, your peace of mind. Nobody is Cowboy, nobody is Anthony. You know what I'm saying? And you and your family, you and your wife talk. Y'all have that talk. This is what's going to be done, and we cool with it, and we make the moves. And so that just comes with not being in a place like you talked earlier, being in a place of fear, being in a place of weakness, and all this other stuff. It's like, no, I'll adjust to what the plan for my life and my family is. And so,
I think what's cool, and I have to put this out there, and there's a reason why we don't have this fear, right? Like at the end of the day, there's something that I remember when I thought I was the only thing that mattered in life. And so in 2012, when I went to church for the first time, and I realized like, oh wait, I don't run the show. Everything isn't about me. And that gave me a better understanding of life. So for me, I don't have those fears of certain other people. You know what I mean? I believe there's more to life than just me, you know, and so there's a give and take and there's a balance. And so, you know, if you was crawling and walking and running, right, you had progression. Now, if you tripped and hurt your knee and now you're crawling again, but you're going to eventually build up to that running. So it's like life is life. You got to let life be life, but don't have that fear. But if you know there's something above you, I think that helps. You know, that helps me. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Definitely knowing the Lord, you know, definitely helps, man. I'm not ashamed to say that. You guys already know that, man. So you know, I work for the Lord. You know, you ask me what I've been up to. I've been ministering to people mostly since I left the military, and just waiting on my time and ministering to men, and just pouring into people, serving people, and so it's been quite a journey. But at the end of the day, through though I don't necessarily know how I'm going to end up to where He promised me, where I'm going to end up at. I'm going to keep going on this journey, and I'm going to keep serving. It's a give and take, like you said.
yeah, when I stopped going to church, and it's getting a little deep, but hey, I'm an open book. If anybody asks me, when I started going to church, I feel like humans always mess stuff up. So we got super into it. So I was an atheist for 36 years. Crazy. My whole life. Just never believed, right? My mom barely ever made me go to church or anything. There was a few times I was searching, seeking. I used to debate with people just because, prove, oh, God isn't real, blah, blah, blah. And I was trying to make money, and that's how I ended up going to church, which was just crazy. The Lord is wild how He gets you, right? And fast forward, I got super, anything I do, I'm either here or I'm here, right? So next thing you know, I got into church, and my son became the youth pastor. My wife was doing children's church, like our whole family. My daughters was singing. I was on the I ended up becoming a trustee. Like my name literally was the guy on the lease for our other office. I was praying for, like, when you was giving tithes and offerings in, I went up and prayed. Like, it was crazy. We got into it. But humans are humans, and eventually people kind of, ruined it for us a little bit. And then we was like, okay, we want to go somewhere else. So that, and it was cool that we prayed about it. So anyway, long story short, we end up not going back to the old place when we decided, okay, we were done. And then the new place, it just didn't work out. So I haven't went anywhere in a while, but what I told myself was I would not be ashamed to share the gospel. And I wasn't, not like when I was going, I was a little more like, if somebody's having a conversation, I'm overhearing, let's say I was at the diner, I would be more assertive. So once I kind of wasn't going to church anymore, I told myself, okay, I'm still going to be me, right? But I won't be as assertive, right? I'll be more like, if somebody's having a conversation and I hear something, I'd be thinking like, yeah, that's kind of not what the Bible said. Like, maybe I might be like, hey, what's going on, guys? And kind of like, because I don't want to be afraid to share the gospel. But I'm not as sharp as I used to be and know everything like it used to be, but my heart is still there, and my love is there. Like just today, my wife was like, her daughter's having an issue with her car, and she was like, man, we really, I really should pray about it. I said, no, we should. I said, amen. And instantly I prayed about her car or whatever. But I just think that's what God want to do. When we were so into it and learned all we learned, and I got so much great stuff out of it. Like I was married 2 times before my wife, and was like, not that I'll never get married, but that I wasn't sure if I get married. Guess what? I married my wife. In that, I proposed to her on Good Friday at the church in front of everybody. Got married by the pastor. My daughter, who's 19 now, I left her when she was 3 years old, was like, I don't care, right? When I was atheist, got into me and literally got back into her life, got full custody, and her mom ended up passing away after that, and here it is. So it's so much. Me and my mom didn't speak for like 17 years. Started going to church, softened my heart. Me and my mom is cool. Like, so for all the negative that I felt happen, because people are people, the positive tremendously outweighs, and I'm great. I had that experience and the knowledge and where I am today. So and I don't have that fear that some people have in life, and that's on them. That's their personal growth and journey and whatever. And I don't say that to say I'm better than them, but it's just that I'm happy that I got to experience that to be where I am today.
Yeah, for sure. Amen to that, man. Yeah, you experience some things. You understand that, people are people, people are flawed. That's the reason why we need a savior. We need somebody that is not us to look at and
Right.
to follow. And to not and I'm so quick to forgive. Like you're able to establish that relationship, like you said, with your mom. I was able to establish relationships because I found out that I was adopted, like while we was doing the Stadia stuff, right?
Okay.
So like a long time ago. So I'm able to forgive my biological parents, and I don't have no ill will towards them or nothing like that, and just move on and create new relationships. You know what I'm saying? So it's important. It's important to have that where you just like, I know there's a creator, I know there's someone higher than me, I know that people are flawed, people need grace, people need mercy, and I can serve them in the gifts and the talents and the stuff that God has blessed you with to do. All these things, all this entertainment that you're doing, everything that you're moving, you're showcasing yourself, you're meeting up with people, you're just showcasing that, hey, I'm down to earth. I'm a real friend. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no malice. I don't have that for nobody, and I'm just out here trying to live life and live the best life that God has for me, and use my talents to showcase what God has blessed me with, man. So, hats off to you. Continue to do that. Continue to honor the Lord. Continue on your journey. I'm not a part of a church at this time, even though I'm minister. Like, church is where we get equipped. You know what I'm saying? So, as long as we're growing our relationship and our faith and doing those things, man, and spending time. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important thing, because God's going to show you where you need to go and what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? So
That's powerful, man. Well, listen, thank you for coming on, man. I knew that I could have this conversation with you just knowing who you were and the guy you are. And I love it that we're not afraid, and I don't ever bring this up that much. Every now and then if it comes up, I just start talking. Like, I don't if you got a problem with it, then just go, turn it off. It's all good. I'm not the gatekeeper entertainment, so I always say that. So like I've always been like, I'll put somebody, oh, what's your channel? I'll put it up there, and other content creators will be like, well, what if your people start watching now? I'm not the gatekeeper of entertainment. So if you had a favorite show and your friend told you about another show and that became your favorite show, that's your favorite show. Like, why should I not want you to like something more because you have that interest? So for me, I love just being able to be open. And whenever God came up, I was just like, dude, if you brought it up, we're gonna talk. And if anybody didn't like it, it's people know my personality and stuff. So I'm happy to. What I'm happy is what you said. To put it in nutshells, I like to show that I'm a kind person. But if you ever want to know why and where it came from, I'm happy to explain where it came from. So
that's what's up. Amen to that, brother. I'm gonna let you go, man. It was great talking to you. Thanks for having me again, man. And then, like I said, man, we'll meet up. I'll let you know whenever I'm back in Florida, man, and we'll make that happen.
Definitely, 1000%. Well, I appreciate you coming on, and I'll talk to you, and I hope you have a good night.
All right, you do the same.
All right, later, JD. All right, so give it up for my man JD. All right, hold on. So I am going to get something to eat, but I will be back. Probably give me like 20 minutes. I want to kick my feet up a little bit. Dodgeman, I seen you was in the building as well. I am an open book, guys. We can talk about whatever. I have very many different levels and layers, and I'm always interested in to show you guys a lot about my life, as I like to vlog. I vlog for myself though, so we could always look back and see the things we did. We were joking the other day, and I was like, man, if I get Alzheimer's, y'all guys got to show me the YouTube channel. They was like, oh yeah, you got everything is on there. So, but anyways, thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate all of you guys. I enjoy conversating with you guys from the panel to the I was about to say playlist, from the panel to the people in the chat. I love when everybody has a voice, and I appreciate you guys. And with that being said, I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. And now your mama knows. Oh, man. Later.
I'll make you famous.
Because I'm a cowboy! Oh, man. And now, your mama knows.
Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon!